This is Total Combat, live from the Indigo at the O2 in London. Welcome everybody. Excitement is guaranteed as the stars of karate, taekwondo and kickboxing collide in a new format for the first time. And this is what it's all about. See what I mean? Fast and furious all the way. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us on the Total Combat YouTube channel. I'm Paul Dempsey, and we've got a couple of superstar names to help guide us through the evening. Jordan Thomas from the world of karate, Kylian Bonnet, our French superstar from Taekwondo, and more of the really big names you'll know already, many of you, as we go through the show tonight. But first, a quick rundown on the rules from our MC, Gurjit Gallon.
Yo, it's Gurj, and we're at Total Combat, and the rules at Total Combat are designed to be high intensity, so you see the action coming thick and fast. 7-ounce MMA gloves and shin pads ensure that the punches come in flying with impact. Bouts are short but sweet, consisting of 3 2-minute rounds. You can win by either TKO, KO, or points decision. The scoring system encourages more dynamic, so the spin kicks are better for your system. Hey! Takedowns and sweeps are welcome, but no rugby tackling or grappling. The fighters can be down, but never out. The fighter can win by the overall points tally. There will be full transparency, and the points leader will be displayed at the end of each round. Passivity is not allowed. If there is no action for 6 seconds, the refs will make sure they bring you back in. Come to dominate or be punished.
Actually, on the record, I asked him to introduce the rules, not score the first knockout of this new series, but I think we've already found a new star. Thank you. Back to Gurjit shortly. I'd just like a quick word with you first, Jordan, with all your know-how and experience. Give us what's important for the audience tonight.
The audience are here to see Total Combat, and that's exactly what they're going to see. If they blink, they're going to miss some explosive action from some truly inspiring upcoming martial artists, and that's exactly why I'm here, sitting here today on this side.
Yeah, well, I get that. It's a fairly intimidating environment around all these superstar athletes, I can assure everybody watching with us on YouTube. Kylian, from the point of view of the fighters, the adjustments from their own strict discipline into this particular format, how difficult is that?
It's very difficult because it's the moment where the fighter gonna bring their own sport, their own martial art, and they need to show which style is the best one. Okay, but they have only 3 rounds of 2 minutes, so it's gonna be very explosive. And as Thomas said, don't need to blink.
We're going to really be rapid through all this. The action comes thick and fast right through the evening. What do you particularly got your eye on?
For me, I'm looking for some explosive kicks going in. I'm looking them to thrive under pressure, because that's exactly what they're going to get in the Oval. We're in an O2 Indigo, and I don't think any one of them have experienced the pressure here in this Oval with this audience in front of them. So it'll be interesting to see how they thrive under this pressure.
Fantastic, we're nearly all set to get going. Also, I should just mention, very importantly, also part of our team tonight, Bianca Cook, the 2-time Olympic medalist and 3-time world champion. Bianca will be working at ringside and in the ring as we go through the evening. And one last word also about the Q code on screen. You can play a full part. The decision up via the Q code is that you can help decide knockout of the night and indeed fighter of the night. So a great chance for audience participation as well. That's been the build-up. It's time to get the action underway. Back we go to Gurjit.
Making their way to the blue side of the Oval, Robin Smouse!
It's all underway with 2 17-year-olds meeting here in the Indigo, live on Total Combat. Smouse first into the ring.
And making his way to the red side of the oval,
Aidan Lennon proudly wearing the Scottish flag. He's travelled down, well, it was a very early start on the eve of the tournament from Inverness, 3 hours and more in the car just to get to Edinburgh Airport, actually. That they got here in great time, he and his team, very focused and full of mean intent. Also 17 years of age, as you can see, tall and rangy, this young man.
In the blue side of the oval, from England, representing Hollandworth Taekwondo. He has won the Rotterdam Cup Championship. He is a European silver medalist, and he is a 5-time British champion. Please make some noise for Robin Mighty Smouse. And he has come from all the way from Scotland. In the red side of the oval, representing Highland Martial Arts Centre, he is a kickboxer, currently #1 ranked, fighting all Wacko disciplines. He is a Wacko World and European champion in kick light and light contact. His name is Aidan Lightfoot Lennon.
Let's go, Aidan. Let's go, Aidan.
Backside, yeah. What we're doing. Any final questions, Red? No. Any final questions, Blue? Touch glove, step back. Thank you.
Come on, Aidan.
So all set to get underway, a flying leap out of the oval by our MC. There'll be more of that later on. Robin Smouse and Aidan Lennon. What a moment for these two, the 17-year-olds, getting our new series of Total Combat live on the YouTube channel. Underway, and we're onto the floor already.
And we're off already. We are off. They're engaging straight away, straight to the floor. A lot of striking just being stood up right now. But what an opportunity from these two young lads. They're here at the O2 Indigo, and doesn't matter about the result today. They're going to get something out of it.
That's the voice of Jordan Thomas, the former world superstar karate. On my other side, here in the commentary position from France, Kylian Bonnet. What are you seeing early on, Kylian?
As we see on the first second, Aidan put the pressure first, okay, with a side kick, and he keeping the mat at the center. So it's the best thing to do on the first seconds and manage the fight, the whole fight.
We all noted as well how firm that surface is on the walls of the oval, but I can see already its purpose, Jordan.
I think Robin is hurt right now. Where
that is it.
That's
Scarcely
it.
a minute
Okay,
on the
it was
clock. It's all over, I'm afraid, for Robin Smouse, and a real explosive start to the evening, as we expected it might be, from Aidan Lennon, who has taken the spoils here. He seemed to outpower him, and I just wondered to what degree. He's tall, he's rangy, whether that was a huge factor in that fight.
No, the best factor for him for winning was about the pressure he maintained from the start to the end. Okay, not about the height and not about the technique, but it was all about the pressure.
Due to the fighter unable to defend himself, your winner by TKO is in the red side of the oval, Aidan Lightfoot Lennon.
So Lennon starts with a flying victory here. It lasted only just about a minute. It's recorded as a TKO. And here are the key moments of it.
Straight in, capitalise. I think here what you're seeing is a bit more experience from Aiden. A bit more dominant. And that is, look at him overpowering. And I think what happened there, the overpowering, the nature, the resilience of Aiden took over. And I honestly think that if he had a couple more seconds, it would have been more damaging.
I hope that's made it worth his while. All that very long trip down from the very north of Scotland. And at least they'll be going home a very happy team with that victory.
Making their way to the blue side of the oval,
So from two 17-year-olds to a case of youth against experience. This is in the 61 kilogram class, making his way to the oval first. Blue fighter out first, that is the stipulation here. Taes O'Donnell, who represents Denmark. He's representing youth in this fight, 18 years of age, a Muay Thai background, I understand. Quite flamboyant he can be. But it's one thing being flamboyant when the lights aren't on you and the cameras aren't on you. Let's see on a big night like this whether he can perform in that kind of fashion here. Taekwondo and kickboxing background, Ben Fillingham from Bromley in Kent. He's got a lot of support here tonight. He was a late notice addition to this card, actually. But it's a chance for him to prove that he can do it in a big one-off like this tonight. In terms of ratings, he's had a fantastic career in recent years. National full contact champion based on his rating, I'm being told. And another factor in this fight might be the fact that he is giving quite a lot of weight away, actually. 54 kilogram is his natural class, but he's very confident that he can handle all that's being put in front of him here.
This fighter is from Denmark. He is a Muay Thai specialist, fighting at Great Danes Fight Club. He is a 5-time Danish champion, 3-time junior world champion, with a record of 21-11 and a pro record of 5-0. His name is Taes O'Donnell. And your fighter on the red side of the oval, he is from England. He is a kickboxer fighting as part of Miles Martial Arts. He is a national kickboxing champion in 2025. His name is Big Ben Fillingham.
I haven't quite got the exact measurements in front of me here, but clearly Fillingham is not just giving weight away, he's giving height, range. With that also, Killian.
Yeah, and as the fight just before, he puts the pressure first, keeping the center and maintains the distance. But there is something to know. Muay Thai fighters, they kick hard, they punch hard, but they have the habit to use their elbows and knees at the mid-range. If it's possible, it's not possible here in the oval, so we will see how he manages things.
Amazing, amazing. And look, Ben is doing the right strategy. He knows that he is shorter. Make him miss, find the center, get in the middle of the ring. because he knows. So he's in, he's out, he's slippery. Where I can see where the Muay Thai is now coming forward. He's just streaming forward because now he's going to try and overpower him because that is what he's looking for. So Ben really does need to stick to that strategy.
You guys know this inside out. As an outsider looking in with fascination tonight, I will say I'm very taken with how O'Donnell has started this, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Looks well-organised fighter to me.
Well organised, he knows what he's doing. But what I'm seeing right here is Ben obviously coming in very lighter. Can he actually hurt Taze? You know, that is, for me, the question we're going to ask. So, yes, he's landing his punches, but is he just wasting his energy?
Yeah, because Ben will need so many energies to maintain this tension during 3 rounds. The main yeah, amazing.
Closing moments then in this opening round. The action fast and furious.
What a hit! What a hit! This is the question. This is the question. Now, Taze is heavier. He's now taking a punch. He just took another punch. I'm telling you now, Ben just needs to work on his evasiveness. Don't exchange. He's got 10 seconds. Make it through to the next round. That's what he needs to be concentrating on. There we go.
Chased all around the oval at the end of it, wasn't he? And he's well pleased with himself, O'Donnell.
Very good start for this fight. As I wanted to say just before, Muay Thai fighter have a good qualities to maintain the pressure during rounds and rounds and rounds. And Ben needs to have a good cardio, good physical condition to maintain this movement inside the oval. But it will be very, very difficult for him.
Give us a little bit more insight on some of this kicking work by O'Donnell. We're looking at that kind of thing is what I was speaking about.
Oh,
Killian.
Which one? I didn't see.
The kicking game of O'Donnell particularly.
Oh, as I told, Muay Thai kicks very hard. They are not so much technical, not so much precision, but thanks to the pressure he's gonna maintain, the other fighter will make some mistakes, and when the mistake is done, it's not possible to cover after it.
And look at that, he's coming out, he's entertaining the crowd, he's more confident. Now how that round finished, he's now going to come out blazing, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Fillingham needed every available second to recover, and they're having a bit of a rethink in the corner as well, I think, at the end of that first round. Remember, it's cumulative point scoring, everybody, so you can win the first round.
Round 2!
If you were to lose the second round, it's kind of secondary, because it's the points as we go. They're totted up in one total to decide an outright victor. So it's irrelevant whether you win 2 rounds to 1 is what I'm getting to.
100%, 100%. And like Ben is taking too many shots. He really just needs to stick to the game plan where he had at the beginning to make him miss.
If Ben enters in the fight very hard, it's going to be very difficult for him because it's not his own style. So you need to change the way he is fighting, I think.
O'Donnell most certainly into his rhythm.
What he's doing is exactly what he needs to do. Moving forward, moving backward. That's to change the distance because Muay Thai doesn't work like this. So exactly what he has to do.
Very good spot, Killian. Thank you for enlightening
That's
us
it. And
on that. And I see the way it does break up the rhythm, actually, of the opponent.
It breaks up it makes him miss. It manipulates the opponent. So for him, he needs to, as soon as he makes him miss, he needs to capitalize like that. Take that opportunity.
This is a mistake I was talking about, okay? 3 kicks, 3 bad kicks, but 1 very strong, and the end were down. So you need to keep focus.
And how I'm also
he's down.
That might be a turning point. That might
okay.
well be a turning point. It is the turning point.
He's done.
It's done. All about the mistake we talk about.
And look what it means to him. Look what it means to him. And look now. Look, this is a true martial artist. The respect that goes to his coaches and now to his opponent.
Great stuff. Fillingham was beginning to solve the puzzle a little bit, but one costly error turned the fight back in O'Donnell's favour, and he was good enough to turn that into a win there. Jordan.
Absolutely. He was more dominant, and I think what happened was the weight, the height, really overdone it. I think see that punch there, the impact, which we just seen. He can't take that at this moment. The conditioning, the weight.
Great shot that.
your winner by TKO is in the blue side of the oval, Tazo Donald.
Started like there was no tomorrow, went after his
And
man
please give it
in
up
the
for
opening
Ben
round,
Fillingham.
but Ben Fillingham rightly is applauded all around the Indigo here at the O2 in London. Short notice, giving away a lot of weight. It told in the end, but Fillingham did give O'Donnell a few problems to solve.
As we were talking about, it's all about mistakes. I told it many times, but it's very important in short round like this to be focused 100%. And Muay Thai fighter, they use the pressure all the fight. The whole fight there with pressure, and they will wait for the mistakes. Only this.
The next matchup is for the 58 kg bout. Making their way to the blue side of the oval, Barry McAnulty.
It's a rapid in and out through these bouts. Already on to fight number 3. The green, white and orange of Ireland. Here comes the postman, Barry McAnulty. He's 28 years of age, the famous Irish fighting family, karate background, 58 kilogram class. He has won a world championship, but I'm told perhaps feels he merits a little wider recognition. This is a great opportunity here under the bright lights in the Indigo and live on Total Combat.
And making their way to the red side of the oval, make some noise for Jeremy Mbengu.
The 24-year-old Mbengu, Congo-born, but proudly representing Scotland. He's based in Glasgow. Olympic Taekwondo background, but he's also had some experience in kickboxing and MMA. Loved this concept when it was put to him.
Reintroducing in the blue corner, all the way from Ireland, representing Kazoku Karate, Barry the Postman McAnulty. And in the red side of the oval, all the way from Scotland, representing Momentum Taekwondo. He is the Scottish Taekwondo and Kickboxing champion, Jeremy Mbengu.
Please, step center. Lads, went over the rules backstage. Any final questions, Blue? Any final questions, Red? Right, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves, step back, come out swinging.
So 58 kilogram is the weight limit. Barry McAnulty against Jeremy Mbengu. And Mbengu is most certainly not holding back. I want to get a karate superstar's early impressions on this one.
I absolutely love this. The McAnulty name is strong, and he's looking out for some revenge, because I know before he has a brother who has fought in this and lost. So I know that him and his family are out to make an impact. His brother is fighting later on today, Gerard. So it'll be looking, now they're out in force. They are out in force.
I will talk about the McAnulty family and the Irish spirit they have in combat sport and martial arts, but I want to talk about something very important in the fight. Okay, 4 or 5 kicks throw from Jeremy, all in the body. The hands of McAnulty are very low. If the next kick is in the head, it's going to be finished for McAnulty. So he has to be very focused.
And we should all remember and remind our viewers that they are the bigger scoring punches if it were to go to points as well. So he's potentially going to build a lead like that.
Yeah, of course.
And how you capitalise that? He needs to not go back on them kicks. He needs to go in.
Look.
He needs to go in because that is karate. That is timing.
Yeah. Look. Always is hitting on the body, but when you're gonna go through the head, it's gonna be very, very difficult for Barry McAnulty.
Last 30 seconds of the opening round.
McAnulty needs to hold his ground. I'm seeing here that, you know, when he goes back, he's in danger. The distance is out, the kicks are skimming, and it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, exactly. Totally agree.
I know Mbengu's been very energetic in his output, and we see another one there, Jordan. But in terms of accuracy, that's one of the more accurate shots, either way with the gloves. But that's the end of round 1, and Mbengu's believing he's done enough. What's your view?
Well, actually, looking at him right there, he's looking fatigued. So if he stands there and changes his game, he could be in danger. So he needs to not get wrapped up into himself.
Yeah. It really, Barry McAnulty needs to move a lot of more than we just see on the first round. Because he's from karate, so you can go inside, outside, step backward, step forward very easily, so he needs to use it a lot.
Might have been a bit of a scouting mission, and McAnulty's clearly a very experienced man. Do you think we might see some slightly different tactics second round? They're talking that through right now, aren't they, in that corner?
Yeah, totally, because I talk about the Irish spirit, about the fighting sport, about martial art. Last year I fought against one of his brother, Conor McAnulty, and directly after the fight he came to me just to know how did I train before, how to improve his kicks, how to improve the way he trained. So he just wanted to improve. It doesn't matter about the loss, about the winning. He wanted to improve, and it's very, very important in Ireland for this.
It's a family firm all round with the father, the guiding light.
And what McAnulty needs to do is get him throwing them legs. He needs to be in that distance, taking it away, waste his energy.
Barry McAnulty always wants to grab the kicks. It's a mistake for me. If you grab it 10 times, the 11th one gonna be very difficult for you.
There we go. Mbengu is trying his hardest now to put them power in.
I was about to ask for a few from the left there, and he provided even before I asked the question. But he's back predominantly right-sided with these assaults with the feet.
And it's about picking up that rhythm. You know, he's doing the same thing, so he only can do the same thing without the other person realizing it. So here we go. The story is being told.
To the floor really for the first time in this fight. In the second half of round 2.
Against the side of the oval. So now I see McAnulty standing his ground, his confidence is rising. Mbengu needs to now start changing and trying something different. Has he got something different?
Killian, I thought it was you who mentioned as well. I'm not seeing Mbengu blowing very hard, but maybe the tempo's dropping just a little bit as McAnulty tries to walk him down a bit more.
Yes, but Jeremy don't do for me the right things. He kicked like maybe 11th time on the body. Now you have to kick to the head. Take your time, manage the distance, and give a big one shot on the head, and it's gonna be okay.
And how draining on the energy level can it be?
Oh, so amazing. Because when you are kicking, it's very, very more intense than just boxing. So each kick is a loss of energy if you do it for nothing.
I'm gonna call it right now. McAnulty will not end up knocking and stopping Mbengu out. He is now fatiguing, he is dropping his guard, and I believe now the confidence is up with McAnulty, he's going to catch him in between.
Yeah.
He looks a bit more positive in terms of his body language, doesn't he, at the end of this second round, McAnulty?
He's now walking him down. You know, look. So now look, every kick.
Look,
he throws,
the end is very down, very low.
yeah, very low. But now he's walking him down. He's now trying to get inside.
Like this
And
is
back
perfect.
in.
Like this is perfect.
And back in. There we go.
Jeremy is always being in reaction. So if he feints a little bit more, fake kicks, fake punches from Barry McAnulty, he's gonna put many pressure on Jeremy.
We've had stoppages all the way so far, but just a reminder to everybody watching with us, it is cumulative points, adding up round by round if we do go to the conclusion of this one. And our information is Mbengu is in front and has been for most of the way.
I am so excited for this round. Like I said, I've just called it. I think McAnulty is going to be standing his ground now, trying to find his timing. And if Mbengu is not careful, he will be stopped. So as you're seeing now, they're fighting more from the center. They're more standing there, engaging a lot more. But that clinch can drain you. So they have to be careful of how much they clinch and how they use the clinch.
McAnulty back in all his experience and seasoning, which is another huge part of it, isn't it? Kids can get fit with dedication, living the life, Jordan, as you know, for a year or two, but to be a seasoned athlete in any combat sport, that takes a lot longer, and maybe McAnulty's banking on that. There's a TV show in Ireland called Ireland's Fittest Family. I don't know why the McAnultys haven't won it yet.
Exactly, because he has got an engine, and he is going, and he's going, and he's going.
Look,
There we go.
look at the shins. That's what I was talking
There we
about. That's what I
go.
was talking about from the beginning.
But now we're going to see if they're disciplined. Can he fight when he's just took that hit?
How about that?
Can he get back? Can he turn it around?
It was a good kick, but for me, very useless. Very useless. So many energy for nothing. He didn't trust in his own kick.
Well, that's the expert insight from the French great Kylian Bonnet.
Now we've got 30 seconds. How much do these boys want it? In my opinion, Mbengu takes it on points. So McAnulty now does need to look for the knockout.
And that's the voice of one of Britain's all-time great karate stars, Jordan Thomas.
And the knockout is what I want to see.
We all want to see a knockout for sure.
And Mbengu is leading into the third round. Has McAnulty done enough to turn it back his way?
Okay, good spinning back kick.
And here comes the closing rounds.
Okay,
And the respect
it was a
between the
tough fight,
fighters.
tough fight, very respectful.
So we go the distance. And Mbengu thinks he's done enough.
Who do you think will win? Because I don't know.
Mbengu. I think Mbengu.
Because he hit a lot off in the arm, so...
But also you get more points for a kick.
Yeah.
You know, so in my opinion, more kicks have landed than punches.
But do you think it's landed if it's in arms? That's my question.
Well, we'll leave that up to the referees.
Yeah.
We're going to go and get the decision now with Adjadj.
Your winner is in the
But I think it was very close. I think it was very close.
What a magnificent victory for Jeremy Mbengu, the Scottish champion in multiple weight divisions in both Taekwondo and kickboxing in this new total combat format, wins big here in London.
McAnulty is very frustrated, but you know, look at that kick.
This kick we just
And it rocked him, and maybe that's what swayed it for the referees. You know, for me, kicks score more, and McAnulty predominantly punched. So, you know, that's the result. Unfortunately, that's the outcome. We had a kicker against a puncher.
Yeah.
What am I saying? So before we go live with our very next bout, Adjadj's going to work the audience a little bit, and we're going to show you what we're in for in a moment or two.
Like a drug, the feeling you get when you win, there's nothing in the world that compares to it. It's why we love this sport. Pain will leave you when it's done teaching you.
My name is Joshua Angel-Boyt from Respect Martial Arts Academy. I'm a full contact kickboxer. I've won British titles across all platforms of kickboxing, European and World Cups.
My name is Adjadj. I come from a karate background. Done a lot of tournaments since I was young doing karate. Then I changed over to MMA. Now looking to do this karate combat style. I've now adapted it, but I've kept the roots there, the timing, the movement. I believe it's going to be the perfect style for this.
I've personally kickboxing. I'm not knocking karate or Yasin himself. Good fighter, good combat sport, but it will go my way. And we'll see an exciting fight.
Yeah, what's your prediction?
Knockout.
You're going to knock me out. That's fine. I believe I'm going to knock him out. I wouldn't want to fight someone that doesn't believe they're going to do that to me, but you're not going to do that to me.
Whatever happens, happens.
See you soon, Josh.
So you've heard from him, and now it's time to back it up. The 18-year-old from Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire. He works as a roofer, in addition to all the time spent at the Respect Martial Arts Club. Motto, take the pain until the pain teaches you. Much like the McAnulty clan, a family affair with Adjadj. He's coached by his father, referenced already, known to be a hard hitter. In fact, he has been disqualified a few times along the way through, just on grounds of safety, you understand. The MMA remains a potential career target, but he does really tell us that this format is made for him. That's what he believes. We shall see. But he's one of those karate guys again, isn't he? And he's looking at the way you can score so many points so quickly with accurate kicks to the upper body, basically.
100%. And I remember speaking to him, he told me he's going to put karate on the map. So I am looking forward to this one.
On the blue side of the oval, he is from England. He's a kickboxer representing Respect Martial Arts. He is a Waco European and a British champion. His name is Joshua, the Power Ranger, Angel-Boyt. And in the red side of the oval, he is from England, representing AKA Karate. His name is Yasin, the Kung Fu Panda, Adjadj.
Gentlemen, come in. You will respect my commands at all time. Protect yourself at all times. Final question, final answer. Okay, good luck to you both. Show respect.
Show respect, a key part of the concept in this tournament.
This is going to be an interesting one. Straight away engaged, Joshua and Yasin are ready for a tear up. I'm locking it straight. That's that karate sweep. That's that karate sweep, but he can't get up to finish it. So now they're back on their feet, and we go again.
It's a very good recovery, was it not, by Angel-Boyt there?
And that, there we go, look, they're fighting from the center, that nice karate traditional stance. And Joshua's doing the right thing. He's going in and he's going out, trying to manipulate that distance. And Yasin ain't giving up that ground. He's staying in there, he's making contact, and actually he's looking for that perfect karate timing. This is total combat.
It's important to understand the job of Joshua. He's always moving, he's always kicking, just not for kicking hard, but just touching the leg of Yasin Adjadj, or like this. Exactly what I was talking about. It was exactly what I was talking about. Just kicking to put the focus on Yasin on his leg and hitting on the head.
And Yasin's doing the right thing, clinching up right there. He's been taking some hits. He needs to now stay in there.
And again, he might need to again.
He has been hurt, but he just needs to now stay close. He needs to tighten up that distance. He needs to switch it around, find that center. He's got 40 seconds in the oval left. This is dangerous.
Angel-Boyt has really got into his rhythm.
Okay, Yasin is back position, but he's come back.
That will certainly help Adjadj.
And look, Yasin's showing fatigue right now. I think them hits have really hurt him. So now he needs to now play safe. Has he got the experience to be able to see this out?
50 seconds. To know if it's going to maintain the pressure.
He now needs to just be able just to hold it there, slow the fight down, and get it to the second round.
Looks like he's managed to get there, guys, but that was a thrilling opener, wasn't it?
Very, very good one from Joshua. As I told you, just use this kick on the leg only to make fake kicks, and after being focused really on the head.
And obviously, as well, look at these clinches now. That is what he is good at. So let's clinch up and see more fights. Get him to the floor, because obviously Joshua does not know how to handle that. What a hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
Control that breathing. Control that breathing. All right?
It did look quite troubling for some of that middle part of that opening round, didn't it, for Adjadj?
And do you try and box a boxer? This is total combat. You got to play your strengths, and actually it's the best at what you do is what is going to make you win that fight. It is foundation.
Hope everybody's enjoying the live coverage here from the Indigo on the Total Combat YouTube channel. Check out the QR code. You can have your own view on the knockout of the night and indeed vote for fighter of the night.
Oh, there was a kick. There was a kick. That's it.
Might be a candidate in this one.
And look how quickly Joshua recovered from it.
Yeah.
Straight in.
I think the key for Joshua is doing like one first kicks and following with the second one, because Yasin Adjadj is always stepping forward and with his head very, very, very backward.
These recoveries when he's on the deck by young Angel-Boyt are very impressive, aren't they?
Very, very impressive. And that's it. He's now looking, he's probably been practicing that his whole life. That's exactly what you do in karate. You know, if that leg's up, it's dangerous. If your leg's up for way too long, you're in danger of getting swept. But I'm seeing now Joshua taking this fight to Yasin.
It just changed the guard. Yasin just changed the guard. Before it was the left one in front, and now it's the left one go back. So he's gonna use the back leg to go to the head.
And that's probably what his coaches are saying, right? So
totally, very strategic.
But sometimes, fool me once, will you fool me twice?
Looks like a strong Angel-Boyt round so far, this second round.
And these are hard boys. You know, these are hard lads. These are, you know, they're the best in their disciplines.
Absolutely.
No, good sweep, good sweep.
Bit of blood around the nose of Adjadj actually late in this second round.
And that's what he needs to keep doing. He needs to take it to the ground every single time, every opportunity, because Joshua has no defense for it.
Yeah, but he needs to be focused on his hand because it's a little bit down for me. He has to put it up.
And Joshua has good kicks.
Yeah,
so
very good one.
It might not be using it now, but it will come.
Look. He always touches with the right hand.
There's some fantastic work from these guys in this fight.
We're going to talk about it in replay.
Speaking as a newcomer, if I might, I'm really, really impressed with this.
It's explosive action. This is what we came here to see. And in my eyes right now, it is 1-1. I think it's 1 round each. So in my opinion, I think Yassine had the better of Joshua in that one.
Look,
And
he changed of guard, trying to reach his kicks, but this one is amazing.
And that's it. That's the hip throw. That is the hip throw. Now I would like to see him capitalize on that hip throw.
And why was he not able to in that instance?
Because Joshua clinched up. But what he needs to do is posture up out of that grip and then come down.
But he has to focus because when he don't do a sweep and he stay in the clinch, when he go out from the clinch, he's very, very open on his head. And Joshua can capitalize on these mistakes from Yassine.
Last round.
Both of them promise a knockout, so we want to see it.
And there's a sweep from Joshua.
Adjadj has to give it everything. Our information is that Angel-Boyt is ahead to this point.
And there was a sweep, so that was another big gap. Is one of the highest scoring points in this oval.
Does it also demonstrate again the additional power in terms of scoring with good shots to the upper body, particularly that?
100%, 100%.
And we're seeing the scars of battle, which are the proof of it with Adjadj. I've had a good look at the cut. It's actually not bad. It's one of those cuts that look a lot worse than it really is.
Yeah. Look, that was what I was talking about.
He's
When
right over the top.
That was what I'm talking about.
Hands are down.
This could be close to a finish here.
Do you know what? It doesn't matter how tired you are. You still have to have discipline. Go back to your foundation. Hands up. Can you fight when you're tired? That is the question.
But when you're losing and maybe sense that you're losing, then that pressure is redoubled, and that seems to be Adjadj's problems. He's got very ragged.
And Joshua here, has he got the ability to finish? Because he's finding these opportunities, but has he got that knockout power? That is the question.
Came close, didn't he?
And there he's down again.
If a finish happens, it's going to be with the right hand of Joshua. I believe it.
Because Yassine's hands are down as well.
Of course.
So he's tired now. He's making mistakes.
He's going to make mistakes.
He's making a big step before he throws. He's becoming readable. He needs to tighten up. That's what his coaches need to be saying.
It's looking like Angel-Boyt's fight, and the biggest question might be whether he can stop it inside.
Last 15 seconds. He's down. Does his corner know that? Because now he needs to be finding that knockout. Has he got the ability and the experience to find it?
Here, Joshua he need to provide this opportunity.
And you're throwing his hands.
Okay, was a great fight. Absolutely great.
Respect to both boys.
A little bit disappointed to not see a knockout, but it was a great fight. I have to see.
Respect to both boys.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, the decision is in. And your winner is in the blue side of the oval, Joshua, the Power Ranger, Angel-Boyt.
From the blue side of the oval, it goes with young Joshua Angel-Boyt. That, to me, is a little bit of a breakout performance tonight by that young man. He seems to have immense potential to me.
Yeah, it was a very, very good fight. The one I want to see on Total Kombat. Many skills, many different techniques, and it was like a little bit more professional that we just see before.
And this is it, you know, Yassine brought his all. What I would have liked to see from the karateka is a bit more combinations. You know, using his hands and then bringing up his legs. You know, using the hand to get inside, to get into the sweep. So he did need to show a little change in that fight.
What a fight it was, however. So time for a little bit of analysis. Jordan.
And look, Joshua's strength and power is showing there. Right on top. I think Yassin's a bit tired. He's capitalizing on it now, the opportunities. And actually, has he got a sense that he's winning the fight as well? Have he sniffed his opponent out? Has he read that story?
Looks to me like he was, indeed.
Absolutely incredible.
Got inside his mind a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. And that's it. That is actually the game. You know, if you can get inside your opponent's mind, you've won.
Well, fantastic stuff. We're rattling through these contests as promised. What are people saying outside? You got a little bit of additional information for us?
Yes, it's gonna be after this, but I have a lot of support from friends watching Total Kombat. They told me that my accent is not so bad.
Bienvenue tout le monde en France. Total Kombat à Londres. Allez.
Baguette, baguette.
The next bout is for the minus 69 kg. Making their way to the blue side of the oval, Abdullah Grayson-Cadogan.
69 kg, Abdullah Grayson-Cadogan from Croydon in South London. He's got a few friends here all right tonight. Olympic Taekwondo background.
And making their way to the blue side of the oval, let me hear you for Oshin Brady.
Now Oshin Brady, another of the quite strong Irish contingent on this show tonight. Don't be confused, folks, that is the French tricolour that he's wearing. And with thanks to Jordan for his research today, we now can bring you the reasons behind this. Oshin is honouring the memory of a very much loved cousin, 18 years of age, best friend Oshin Gillen. He's wearing a tribute t-shirt to him as well, a poignant reminder of a life very tragically cut short, sudden death syndrome. And Oshin Gillen's spirit undoubtedly living on here tonight, and we all endorse the condolences to the family.
C'est en français du coup que je vais dire un mot pour sa famille qui comprendra qu'Oshin est là pour justement son cousin, qu'il le représente à travers ce maillot et ce drapeau qu'il a amené jusqu'au centre de Total Combat. Et donc nous sommes avec eux, nous pensons fort à eux et pensons fort à Oshin pour ce combat aujourd'hui.
And reintroducing in the blue side of the oval, he is from England, a Taekwondo fighter representing Allen Taekwondo Academy. He is the British national champion and an international medalist. His name is Abdullah Grayson-Cadogan. And standing across him, in the red side of the oval, he is coming all the way from Ireland. He is a kickboxer representing Iron Kickboxing under Bernard Brady. He is the 8-time national champion and the Wacko world champion. His name is Oshin, the Natural Brady.
Step in. You will respect my commands at all time. You will protect yourself at all time. Any questions? Any questions? Good luck, guys. Step back.
Oshin Brady looks a young man on a mission, fired up by events outside the ring. For what it's worth, Abdullah Grayson-Cadogan The 18-year-old, big night for him. He looked a shade nervous to me, I must be honest, but he's asserting himself very well now we got underway.
100%. You know, Alan's club, produces exceptional fighters, and he's up against a world WACO champion. So we are going to see some explosive action right now.
Brady looks in fantastic condition, by the way.
Oshin has fantastic kicks. We see on first seconds. Can't wait to see more during this round. Oh, good one from Taekwondo. This kick is called Mondolio Fulio Chagi in Taekwondo. Is spinning back kick.
Wow, what a show from both young men in this opening minute.
And this is it, we want to see legs from the Taekwondo man, because that's what he's best at. And I don't think he's had a lot of experience in full combat in this arena. So he needs to know what he's good at, because this WACO world champion, he's smiling right now. He's got a bit more experience on seeing other shots.
Immediately.
And that's it.
Upright. Just as well.
He needs to be throwing from a distance. He needs to be manipulating that, because if he makes a big step, he will get shut down.
Yeah, totally. Oshin is doing a great job, and we see he's more experienced than Abdullah just because he's managing the things very chill. He's focused, just maintaining the distance, keeping the things very easy for him. And I think Abdullah is going a little bit more tired at the second round, and as we told just before,
and
many mistakes.
Killian, look how low his hands are, It doesn't matter how tired you are, you need to keep your hands up. And if you're going to put your hands down, you need to keep your distance. You need to move to a different position, reset, and come in.
Of course, but as you know, Jordan, the more you're tired you are, the lower your hand is going to be. So if you are not tired and you don't have your hand up, it's going to be difficult for the next round.
Brady staying upright. Whereas Grayson-Cadogan is taking the weight off his legs.
Oshin is looking like a beast right now. He doesn't look tired at all.
Oh, not at all. He's managing the best way ever is fight. It's very easy for him. You know what, and you're gonna tell me if you agree with me. When you are a champion, you can manage the fight from the first round to the final round, the 3 round or 5 round, depends the sport where you come from. But you see a champion if he maintains the same strategy from the first, the second, and the third round.
100%. It's all about control. And look, we got Michael Venom Page in the building.
Michael Page is in the house here, talking to our own Bianca Cook as we get into this second round.
I think Oshin's sniffing blood. He's looking for a knockout. I think now Abdullah needs to now keep it quite neat.
Look.
His movement is way too big. Break it down.
If Abdullah changes guards, he wanted to do spinning back kick because he's always attacking, Oshin is always attacking with a back kick. Look, spinning back kick, that's what I was talking about.
Little nick on the left
eye,
just under the eyebrow.
It was a good one, but
he's going down and he's changing the levels. He's going mid, but then he's going to bring it up high. So he's now trying to build up a rhythm for Oshin now to fall. And I actually don't think Abdullah needs to punch, because at the moment it's not working for me. He's getting himself in trouble.
When he's not landing, he's just wasting his own tank even more, isn't he?
100%. He's not a puncher and he doesn't know how to punch it. He needs to keep the distance and he needs to just do what he's good at, just like that.
Oshin needs to keep focused because kicking from Taekwondo can be very dangerous, okay? So even if the fight can be easy for Oshin, he needs to be focused and just waiting for the mistakes. That's the only things he have to do.
And I actually think he might find the shot. Yep. If he keeps composed and he keeps closing down the distance, he just needs to find the shot.
There's a menacing little smile around the lips of Oshin Brady at the moment. He thinks he's got the measure of his man here.
The back end can enter from Oshin.
Nah, this is what can't happen from Abdullah. He cannot get lazy. It doesn't matter how tired you are. In the oval, it is dangerous. So he now needs to find it from within. How bad? You've got 10 seconds. Get through. Find your point. There we go.
We have to say that Abdullah is a real warrior because he is always kicking, always punching. But there is one thing missing. He always do like real kicks. What I talk real kicks. When you want to put some score, some punches or kicking, you need to make fake kicks before. You need to move forward, step backward. You need to do fake punches. And he is always hitting very hard, so he wastes a lot of energy. And he is not surprising Oshin.
And
He's hardly breathing, Brady.
so I got Joe Long in the back here trying to distract me here. Oshin is not yet. He's fit. And he's been preparing, and I'm sure he's had the right punch.
Crowd are loving this tonight at the Indigo. A really big house, I think above expectations. The atmosphere is absolutely top draw.
Okay, let's go for the first round.
Killian, what do you think Alan has said to his fighter?
To keep the distance with the feet and don't enter too open, okay? Because when you enter with kicking, the head is very open, so it can be punched by Oshin.
Oshin can't get complacent because his kicks are dangerous. But what I would say to Oshin is when he kicks, go back on him because his recovery is not great.
Totally. For me, Oshin needs to use the punch, okay? Because even if he has good kicks, in front of you, you have a real fighter from the kicks from Taekwondo, so he will know how to counter this.
I've got to say, it's quite uncanny how often you're delivering a bit of technical insight, and then we see exactly what you're talking about. And there's that right hand, which is quite clearly destructive.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't deliver. It's
Not as destructive as that.
I love this. I love this.
It's all over.
Yeah. You have to know this kick is the most powerful kick from every sport ever.
Bang! And you know what? That was set up. He was not using that all the time. So he just brought that out of nowhere.
Yeah, but so now, Oshin did a good things that it make me lies because I thought it was useless to use kick with a Taekwondo fighter, but now.
But that's the game. That's the game.
Yeah.
Don't show everything. So once it comes in, then they hit him with the surprise.
Yeah.
So file that under what hit me, as I'm afraid eventually Abdullah Grayson-Cadogan did crumble, and understandably. Oshin Brady put on a performance for other reasons than the norm, to honour the memory of somebody very close to him who they very sadly lost the family at a ridiculously young age. But he's done everybody proud tonight, and this is a young Irish athlete of massive potential.
Le cousin d'Oshin peut être très fier de lui en tout cas, parce qu'il a bien représenté son cousin et lui a fait honneur sur ce combat-là, donc on peut l'applaudir.
Amazing action! And your winner by TKO is in the winner the overall, Oshin the Natural Brady!
The Natural, a very natural talent indeed.
Should try and get Michael Venom Page.
So here's a little bit of the best of the work.
No, it was amazing. It was amazing. Really good precision.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oshin Brady has fought an amazing fight right now, and he has a few words to say to you guys right now.
Yeah, lads, I just want everyone to know who I'm dedicating this fight to. It's my best friend who I lost during this training camp, Oshin Jay. He's my cousin, he's my brother. I love you, Oshin. I love you. And to all the G-Logs, I love you so much. Sinead, Fanula, Kaki, Christoph, I love you so much. That's for you. No.
Make a massive round of applause for Oshin Brady!
So that is what it means. That is the backstory to this inspirational performance tonight from Oshin Brady, and a spectacular winner in the Oval here at the Indigo. And Oshin is now making his way around behind us here, and I think we're going to ask Bianca to greet him. As Gurjit just asked everybody to remember and respect such an important part of this. I really like that element to it. Abdullah Grayson-Cadogan did get a bit of a lesson tonight, in all honesty. He'd know that. Hopefully he'll come back the better for it. He's got the talent and he's got age on his side.
So congratulations, you came in confident and you secured a big win. Was that the plan? Did it pull off? And tell me how you feel.
Yeah, I feel amazing. You know, I got to represent my family well. My cousin, who's my best friend, he's my brother. He lives with me every weekend. I was planning on finishing him in the second round. That didn't happen. Dad told me the tactics. I was a bit too linear, but I seen him overreaching on his kicks, and that's where I took him out.
Well, I'm 100% sure you've done him proud. You did everyone proud, your whole family proud. And like you said, you came away with that win. Everyone is proud of you now. And I just want to know what's next for you? What's the plans for yourself?
Yeah, like, I think it's a good job for some of the people I wasn't on the main card fighting for a championship. But look, Total Kombat, Andy, Lee, Damon, everyone up behind this. This is some organisation. This is going to take over. I heard there's a September card. I want to be on that.
Well, hopefully we'll see you on that card and we'll see another win hopefully for you.
Thanks very much. Love you guys.
So here's another little look at the class of this young man in the ring as well as out of it.
And that's a spinning back kick that dropped him. And actually, the wind goes more, and I can still hear how emotional he is.
It's the second knockout from the liver. It's important to tell the people how does it work. Maybe Jordan, what do you think about it?
Yeah. When you get one of those, it's hard to recover, and any fighter will tell you that.
Yeah, you can be the strongest person ever, the most bodybuilder person ever. If you get kicked in the liver, it's finished for you. It's like the on-off of your body, really.
Perish the thought. On we go. We never stop in Total Kombat. Back to Gurjit.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go crazy for the ladies! Making their way to the blue side of the oval, Nikki Perona!
So, women's 53 kilogram class, a very seasoned, experienced operator, and frankly, that's been important this last 48 hours or so, because a couple of opponents have fallen away. Nicole Perena's had to reset in the hope that she would indeed appear as planned, and that at least has happened. What a career, 7-time world champion.
And facing her, making her way to the red side of the oval, Maisie Hockey!
So talk about getting an opportunity at short notice. Only today, Maisie Hockey from Bedford got the call. But what do they say about luck? It's about being prepared when the opportunity comes, and she's clearly prepared. She looks in great shape. She's 23, but one of the many questions taking a short notice job like this is whether she's actually in the right weight category here tonight. She's been a regular at 49 kilogram.
We need to say that our Mary
Reintroducing in the blue side of the oval, all the way from Italia. She is a kickboxer representing Light Revolution and the Kickstar team. She is a 3-time WACO world champion and 4-time WACO European champion. Her name is Nikki Perona. She is from Great Britain. She is a Taekwondo fighter representing BC Academy. Taking this fight under short notice, her name is Maisie Haki.
Step in. Respect my commands at all time. Protect yourself at all time. Any questions? Questions. Good luck.
There's a sense of nervousness from Maisie. Taking this fight at this short notice is a big ask. And actually, I've heard about this, Nicole. You know, she is experienced. So I'm looking at an experienced fighter who's got age on her as well. And we can see that, you know, Maisie is from the Olympic Taekwondo style, who is now showing that.
I want to add some details because we talked about short notice, but short notice when? It was about 2 days only. 2 days only, and Maisie...
Even less than that, actually.
Yeah.
She may have been on standby, as it were, but only today did she actually get confirmation.
And Maisie never fought in full combat sport, so we need to know how she brave Maisie is.
Listen, she's very, very brave indeed, but is this too short notice? She's not looking very comfortable in there. It's all brand new, the lights, the size of the crowd, no doubt, absolutely packed in here at the moment. The atmosphere is electrifying, but it is Perona, who's been through it all before, who's going through the routine to build a very dominating victory at the moment.
And then here what we're seeing the nervous and the uncertainty. She's looking at her coaches for advice, but actually she needs to be doing that in between the rounds and being able to take knowledge and be able to take control in that oval in that moment.
They shouldn't rush the glove, surely. They should make sure that that's right, surely.
I know,
no need to rush.
You know, I know very well his coach. His coach is Amin Badr, one of Taekwondo fighter from GB national team. We had a lot of fight together, and I know this guy is very, very smart fighting, so I hope for him he's going to give the good advice to Maisie to win the fight.
Yeah.
And that stab, what she's using, is working, but...
Yeah,
you know,
good one. It's from Taekwondo.
That is a good one, but there was no impact in that, you know? Like, she's on the floor, putting herself in that situation. She needs to be able to look up the high to knock her out.
We ever know it's going to be very, very hard, and I think it's going to be very difficult for Maisie, of course, but I hope she will give the best prestation ever.
She's under constant pressure.
In my opinion, she should be using the oval. You know, she should be going around. She should be using it. You know, not standing there right in front of her, exchanging with Nicole.
Yeah.
That is the wrong idea.
Right to the very end of this first round, we have at least reached the end of it, but at no point has she looked comfortable.
I think I'm seeing a sense of panic. She's uncomfortable, and I think she's scared. And this is actually quite sad to see.
She's scared, but I know the coaches, and I think they won't let her go out from this oval like that. So
you really believe that?
I know very well the coaches.
That's very evident to me that she doesn't really want to continue.
I agree.
Do you know, like, to herself, it has to be a decision. Can she overcome this? If she stays in there, it's a credit to herself, because do you know what? She will come out with something. It's like jumping off a bridge, you know, with your heights, and fight your demons.
For me, it's a very, very, very important for Maisie. So I hope for her, she's going to take the opportunities. Of course, it's going to be a very, very tough fight, and I don't want to say it again, but she's very, very brave to come here in only
I've got to say,
5
though,
hours.
I've got to say, I'm now rooting for Maisie. I want her to find some good shots. I want her to keep safe in there. But I also don't think it's the the place to learn.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people whose hearts are going out who are watching with us Total Combat's YouTube channel. Live coverage tonight here from the Indigo. I take the point completely, Jordan, that in life, one has to be tested to come through it, but this is borderline for me, I'll be honest. Borderline.
Yeah,
Safety should be first.
I have to say yes. if we talk more about strategy, she used the side kicks very well, but now she used to do the same thing, throw to the head.
And this is a good tactic now. She's actually safe. So her actually facing the opponent, eyes on the opponent, she can see what's going on. Now she's learning. She's learning while she's in there, and that actually shows how great of an athlete she actually is. But Nicole has been on camp. She has trained for this.
And Nicole, she trained especially for this oval, because when I saw on Instagram, she trained with inclinated walls just to be in the same positions and in oval.
And Perona's shaping, she's shifting, she's confident. She knows that realistically she don't think she can get hurt, and that is dangerous now. So she is going to come forward, and actually you're seeing the killer instinct in her.
She's in trouble here.
Yeah,
it's going to be called off with 30 seconds left in the second round.
I think she wants to stop.
It would have been nice for Maisie Hockey if she had at least got to the end of the round. Nicole Perona dominated completely from the off. It looked like being a step too far, but I just want to say how brave Maisie Hockey was to step into the oval at the start of it. And for that reason alone, she should get a terrific round of applause here for me.
Wow! Congratulations! Your winner by TKO is in the blue side oval, Nikki Perona!
Perona coming here tonight to be efficient, clinical, measured in her work, and leaving with the W. That was all expected of her.
Massive round of applause for Maisie Hockey!
And Perona, she only can fight who's in front of her, you know, so she cannot be upset, or she has to do a job. She's in the oval to do a job. And look at the precise, look at the position, and look at that killer's instinct. She'd been training for that moment. Unfortunately, Maisie hasn't.
When you are inside the oval, or no matter the mat where you are, when you enter, you can't be like too gentle with the guy in front of you, because you don't know, even with a bad kicks, not very precise or anything like that, you can be knocked out. So you have to do your job 100%.
And that leg, that stab, and turning your back, you cannot do it at the oval. And she was clearly not in a place where she wanted to carry on. Actually, I was quite sorry that she was put in that situation. But I hope.
Dominating performance. What do you think set you apart?
It was a really great match. I worked hard in my gym with my coach. Thank you so much to my coach and to my teammates. I think my determination was the key of this match, because I really wanted to fight. And thank you for Total Kombat for the opportunity.
You've come all the way from Italy to UK to this massive crowd. How do you feel? And it was the performance in the oval what you expected?
I'm really happy. I have never had an opportunity like this, and I hope it will be the first to many others. And I really enjoy. Thank you.
We hope to see you in September and hopefully again in the next competition.
We hope as well. Thank you again.
Oh, thank you. It was great to see you, and good luck in the next one.
Thank you. Welcome.
3 2-minute rounds, 7-ounce MMA gloves and shin guards worn by all fighters. Bouts are scored using a point system with dynamic moves, scoring the highest points, so expect to see plenty of spin kicks. Takedowns and sweeps are permitted, but no rugby tackles or grapples. Fights are won by KO, TKO or points decision, with overall tally ruling supreme over number of rounds won. Passivity will be punished, with the referees prompting fighters, and if there is no engagement, for 6 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, expect heavy hits. The next matchup is for the minus 89 kg. Making his way to the blue side, the oval. I want to hear you for Erasmus Greenwood.
Erasmus Greenwood, MMA, another late addition, MMA background, relatively inexperienced, but our information tells us long levers, and he thinks that this is a format that is going to suit him.
And
Making his way to the red side of the oval. I want to hear you from the front to the back. Harrison Martin.
We've got two very tall athletes here. It's 89 kilogram class. They both stand 6'3" plus. So copy and paste, long levers. And again, promising war in there tonight. I've come to knock somebody out. That's what Harrison Martin told us.
Introducing, in the blue side of the oval, from the United Kingdom, he is an MMA fighter representing a Great Britain top team. His name is Erasmus Greenwood. On the red side of the oval, he is from England. He is a kickboxer representing Lincolnshire Martial Arts. He is the European champion. His name is Harrison the Boogeyman Martin.
Center, please. Protect yourself at all times. Any final questions? Any final questions? Touch gloves, step back, come out swinging.
this is going to be interesting. You know, MMA versus kickboxing. And I knew this was going to happen straight away. As soon as you say MMA and as soon as you say kickboxing, you know the MMA fighter is going to take it to the ground and pound.
To the greatest extent possible within this format. You can put a few reminders on before you get reminded. That's the one thing about that.
Exactly. And as you can see, Martin is a European champion in kickboxing, so his pedigree standing up is going to be quite high. So for this MMA fight, you can see that he's great in the clinch. He's grinding him down. He's working him and work. And look, straight into guard.
Yeah, exactly. When you go to the ground, he directly keeps the position, the high position, to be efficient when he giving some punches.
That's the break call.
So I just heard his team from Greenwood saying, get that distance set now. Martin. Yeah. Martin's corner saying, get that distance set now. And that's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to keep him at distance, keep it standing up. Don't let him get in close. You know, he needs to keep him at range.
And why is he not able to stop these rushes from Greenwood?
Because Greenwood is looking for the right opportunity, close him down, and he's looking straight for the clinch. So what Martin needs to happen, whoa. Martin needs to hit, recover, and move.
What are you seeing in this opening round, Killian?
Yeah, I totally agree with Jordan. For me, the best strategy to Greenwood is to go to the clinch and practicing his ground and pound. And for Martin, yeah, exactly. He tried to kick the first side, and it was like quite open to the head. I think he has to do a second one.
And that's it, to be honest with you, because MMA, like, he hasn't actually stated what he specializes in. What Martin needs to realize, he has something special, and that is his foundation. So that's what he has to keep at. This is what he has to do. His foundation is kickboxing, kickbox.
Was there a suggestion right at the end of the round, however, that Greenwood did feel the power of Martin a little bit?
Yeah, Martin have some power. He just missed a little bit of precision on the kick and on the punches, but he has a good power, kickboxing power.
And Greenwood is showing that, you know, he's better on the ground. He's better in the clinch. So actually, Martin needs to now keep him up, keep him striking, maybe make him miss a few times, draw down his confidence, and pick his moment.
Martin, 19 years of age, just the sense in that opening round that Greenwood has been around a bit more, and I mean that in a quite general sense. There's a bit of the street in him, isn't there?
There is a bit of a street. He doesn't care about taking one to give one. That is evident. Like, he knows he's staying in there. He's confident that he can take these hits, and it looks like that chin has been tested. He's fighting like it, and look at that. Straight on the ground. As any opportunity, he is straight on the ground.
Martin was just beginning to try to show us what he can do upright and at range.
Look, the jab's coming in, so the jab is to get inside. Them leg kicks are to get inside. What Martin needs to realize is he needs to keep it at distance. There we go. Now he's got it up. He's keeping that distance. He's able to let his techniques go. He's down. Can he recover?
I think for me it's knockout. For me it's knockout.
Referee's giving him up.
Yeah. For me it's knockout.
He's still folding over.
Yeah. Look, he's in bad position.
Problem with the shin guards as well. But it's surely over. This is surely over. It has to be over.
Wow.
Yeah. Will be.
What a turnaround from Martin.
It's the third time knockout to the liver. For me, I love this. And he's with
and he's
kicking
still
from
hurt.
Taekwondo.
Greenwood is in almighty trouble, even now.
And he's still hurt. What did I say? Great foundation. European champion in kickbox. He's a kickboxer, so kickbox. And that's exactly what we just saw there.
And how valuable is it that he's come through a real crisis in his young career in the first round and then imposed himself?
In Total Kombat, if you want to choose another style that your own style, it's a mistake. You have to manage your own style the best way ever inside the oval, and he did the great thing.
And actually what we saw from Martin there was class, because it did go wrong in the first round, but we saw him overturn it, so he went back to his corner and came back out a different person.
Yes.
Exactly.
And he's very happy, as you can see.
Even now, Greenwood is still needing a little bit of help to recover. Dominant showing on the ground in the first round, and what a turnaround here.
What we saw there, Greenwood gave a lazy kick, and it was a lazy recovery, allowing Martin to take that opportunity. As soon as that leg went down, he was open, so he had his guard up, but his body was showing, and Martin picked the right shot.
I'd just like to ask you again about what you saw in these closing exchanges, because maybe a lot of people watching would have said the first time he went like that, Greenwood the fight actually should have been stopped with Greenwood in peril before that. What's the answer to that?
Of course, for me, the first kick was a good one. It was a knockout, directly.
Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you! And your winner by TKO is in the red side of the oval, Harrison the Boogeyman Martin!
Last thirds on that one. From you, please, first. Jordan.
Kickboxing. He went back to his foundation. He kickboxed, and that's what made him win in that oval tonight.
Already we're halfway through this card here tonight, folks. We promised you right from the get-go at the Indigo tonight, live on Total Combat. The combat would be fast and furious. I think we're living up to our promise in that respect. A little bit of a pause and a reset as we return to the amazing McAnulty family, who feature very strongly on this card tonight.
Say the name of the person you think's the best out of the three.
Jared.
Connor.
Yeah, my name is McAnulty, the oldest of the brothers. I'm the current European and World Champion as well. Karate is my background.
My name is Conor McAnulty, first down black belt in karate. I'm a European and World Champion. We're actually the current European book-off team champions, and I'm really looking forward to stepping into the pit again.
My name is Barry McAnulty. I'm first down black belt in karate, and I've fought in multiple World and European Championships. I've won.
Yeah, listen, it's amazing. It is very unique to have three brothers fighting on such a big platform now in the O2 arena. It's massive. Even our local community, everybody's talking about it, so we're looking forward to putting on a show too.
Ty's good. Ty fought in the oval last time. He's quick, but from training with this man, if he lays a clean shot on him, it could be an early night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep it rolling. Moving on, the car was stolen. This bout is for the minus 84 kg. Making his way to the blue side of the oval, Gerard McAnulty.
So here comes Gerard. He's had his say. The family from Castle Welland in County Down. Karate is king. The Kazoko Karate Club. What a family story. All coached by their dad, Gerard Sr. He gets a great hand here in London. A lot of admirers, clearly, big reputation.
Making his way to face this man, to the red side of the oval, Taekwondo.
So in against the hugely experienced McAnulty, the 20-year-old Ty Gordon from Crawley in Sussex, kickboxing background, junior world champion, clearly very talented indeed. Used to points fighting conditions, if I could put it like that. Continuous scoring, but can he get the scoreboard moving in his direction against the wily Macaulay? That might be a big call.
Introducing, and the blue side of the oval, he is from Ireland. He is a karate fighter representing Kazaku Karate. He is a multiple times Irish champion, two-time world champion. He is Gerard the Tractor McAnulty. And on the red side of the oval, he is from England, a kickboxer, representing Wolfpack UK. He is the former WACO World Champion, two-time British champion.
questions blue? Any questions red? Touch gloves, step back, come out swinging.
And here we go. World Karate Champion versus World Kickboxing Champion. It is going to be a good one. I think Gerard McAnulty is more experienced here, so he will feel that he can come forward and take it too tight.
That's a good one. That's a good one. He starts, like we said before, just maintaining the pressure, keeping the center of the oval, and doing their own things.
And
trying to put manners on the young man, I guess.
And that's it. But the young man will stand up at some point, so he can't get wrapped up into himself. So Ty will try and give it back at some point.
And he tied up McAnulty quite cannily there.
You're seeing McAnulty playing with the distance. He's testing and he's trying to set up them shots. He's fighting from the center. He's saying, Ty, come, bring it.
Differently from his brother, his hand is up on the head. It's a very, very good thing. But he has to focus after the first and the second punch to keep his hand up and don't get countered.
Great respect from the two in the oval.
That's what I was talking about, okay? That's what I was just talking about before, being countered in the second punch from McAnulty.
He's really on a roll tonight, Monsieur Bonnet, isn't he? He's calling all these moves before they happen.
Well, he's a specialist in himself, so he's definitely calling it right.
And McAnulty has not really had it all his own way here so far, with under 30 seconds to go in this first round.
There is some testing, but at the moment there isn't some. They need to add that bit of venom to their techniques that they're throwing. Yeah. At the moment, where you can see some of their points background, they're not converting that into solid punches where they can make impact. But it does always take one, so there will be one in these 3 rounds.
Just a reminder to everybody watching with us on the Total Combat YouTube channel, there is no such thing as taking time off. 5 or 6 seconds, the referees are told you must get in there and put an end to any passive passage of work.
Okay, let's talk about a little bit of strategy, okay, because I love the strategy, you know. Barry McAnulty, it's Gerard, sorry. Gerard McAnulty is doing a very, very good first round, using fake hands, fake kicks, and doing after multiple techniques.
Just a reminder about the QR code for all our viewers. You can choose Fight of the Night by accessing the QR code. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you.
There's some serious motivation from both of the corners here. They're saying you need to step it up, both of them both. So let's see how they come out in the second.
Okay, the key for Ty Gordon is to use his left punch very hard at the second step from Gerard McAnulty, because he's stepping a little bit too much open from his head, like this. Exactly. More precision, and it's okay.
And what I'm seeing from McAnulty right now, his stance is a bit too low for my liking, so he's making him very rooted to the ground. He needs to, I would like to see him come a bit higher.
At the hip, really?
Yeah. He needs to come up a bit higher so he's a bit agile, and actually I would like to see him now closed high down.
I think he's waiting for a spinning back kick from Gerard McAnulty.
Stylistically, they're giving each other puzzles to solve here tonight, these two.
He needs to now not stop complaining to the referee, and he just needs to now focus on the job.
Let's go, please, from the referee.
There we go. We're
close.
seeing a connection now. He tested and he hit. This is what we need to see. We need to see a bit more action. He needs to keep twitching. He needs to keep looking. He needs to source that opportunity.
And what about from Gordon's point of view, Killian? Because I'm not seeing a lot of scoring shots, in all honesty.
No, you're right, but I think he only needs one hard shot from his left hand, because he's always touching the head of Gerard McAnulty. A little bit more, a little bit harder. with more precision, is going to be okay.
That's
now,
stern warning.
This is what I'm talking about.
Little classy touches now and then from Gordon. The scoring's going to be really interesting at the end of this second round.
And I did say, Ty Gordon now is bringing his game. His confidence is rising. He's now saying, bring it, let's go. I'm not just a young boy. I'm here.
Yeah, totally. I love the end of the second round. Gonna change the third round. It's gonna be very different.
Look at this action here now. The Ty's just now flooding in here now, sniffing a bit of opportunity, and we're seeing a bit of power now. Gerard now, McAnulty, he now needs to be able to hold that center of the ground and actually fight him from the center and say, look, feel some man strength.
Our information is that young Ty Gordon is in the lead here, and McAnulty is in trouble.
Okay.
It's not terminal in terms of the outcome of the fight, but Gordon, with those very accurate shots, maybe late in the round, has edged in front. So there's a lot on this round.
I think the corner has just said to Gerard, you are down. So now he's coming out, and he is coming out a bit more aggressive. He's now looking for the shot, but the thing is here, we know fight sports. And if you know chess, control the center, control the game.
Here comes Gordon. That's a devastating attack. McAnulty is in big trouble.
Yeah. No.
Gordon thinks he's won it, but he hasn't, and he's shown all his inexperience in that moment.
Whoa.
That's actually taken time out to help McAnulty.
I don't know if McAnulty knows
it's over anyway.
It is over. It is over.
That's where it finishes.
Bang.
What a victory this is for Ty Gordon against a man of huge reputation, Gerard McAnulty. But McAnulty never seemed to get going tonight.
Absolutely amazing. He found it. And like you said, Gideon, once again, he only needs one.
Yeah, we were talking about the end of the second round, and we just say it's going to be different in the third round. It's going to change the third round. It was very quick, but we had reason.
100%. And like I say, Ty Gordon wanted to take it to him, fight me from the center. And where Ty was fighting from the center, he took control. You know?
Exactly. It was different from the first round and the third round. The third round, if we can have the replay, maybe you will see McAnulty make one step backward, and it was the difference from
Let's have a little look here.
No, he was in trouble. He was in trouble.
He was in trouble from the punch.
Yeah.
And this is the kick now.
He didn't know where it's come from.
Yes.
What was the more damaging in that exchange there? Which
the first punches. The first punch. For me, the kick is
It's
okay.
this one here. Look, here we go.
This was is okay. He has been protected by his hand.
When he comes back in.
Here.
There we
This
go.
one.
That's the
this
one.
Ooh. No, it was a good one.
McAnulty must have feared the worst.
And he finished.
I thought it could be back, but maybe too hard with the punches.
Big shots for the minus 84 category. Can you make some noise? Your winner by TKO is on the red side of the oval, Ty Gordon!
That's another young man making a big breakthrough here tonight at the Indigo in London. The talent is massive, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, and isn't it here you want to do it? You know, it is here in the Oval at the O2 Indigo. Total Kombat, he's making a name for himself already.
Let's get your take on it all, Jordan.
Like I say, first round it was all Gerard McAnulty. The second two rounds, there was a change. And this is what we want to see from these young champions. There's a change, he adapted, and he overturned the probability. He showed will, that young fire, that young lion.
Could I just add one thing he showed early on in that fight? Composure. Because the occasion might have got to him.
That's
Didn't
right.
happen, did it?
Not everyone can thrive under pressure.
Killian.
Sorry, what did you say? I was focused on the
it's so loud
replay.
here.
Just to see
The crowd are
punches
just loving
again.
that victory for Ty Gordon, but the composure he showed in that first round against a veteran with a massive reputation, that's something not necessarily that you can teach, I would say to you. You have to have that naturally, and that's huge, isn't it?
For me, it was on the first round. He was just looking at his opponents. You know, he was not in action. It was in reaction. We talked about it just before. So, and I think the how could I say the break between first and third round was very benefit for Ty Gordon from his corner.
Okay, well, let's hear from our winner and a new kid on the block, if you like, with Bianca.
Okay, so that finish lit up the crowd. Was it planned or pure instinct?
A bit of both, to be honest. I realised quite early on that, to be honest, I could have got him out there sooner. But I ain't gonna lie, it's a bit of a mental struggle because I know he's a lovely guy, and you know, there's a lot of amazing things. But then when I hurt him, I kind of just realised who the fuck I am, and I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you showed who you was there then, and do you say, like you said before, do you think mindset plays a massive part in this game?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I realised the second I hit him with a check hook in the first round, he weren't having it, and from there, you know, the whole, I'm coming for a knockout. I didn't see no knockout, so other than my end, so yeah.
So what can we see next for you yourself? When are we going to see you next in this oval? September?
100%. Get it lined up. I don't care. Anyone, any weight. Let's do it.
Doesn't care. Here he is. Well done, well done.
Thank you.
That's
Ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance and the millions around the world, I want to hear you for the minus 64 kg. Making their way to the blue side of the oval, Oshin Jay.
So, into our 9th contest of the night, the 64 kilogram class. Oshin Jay, the 23-year-old Irishman. Quote of the night for me: I am a martial artist and I intend to use my body as my brushes.
And making his way to the red side of the oval, Joe Brooks!
As you may be able to tell, a very popular fighter, Joe Brooks. Another family connection to this show tonight. With his brother Matt to feature later. Kickboxing is his background. Croydon is his home patch. The Phoenix Martial Arts.
Bringing it back. And the blue side of the oval, all the way from Ireland, he is a karate fighter representing Team Joe Maya. His name is Oshin Jay. And in the red side of the oval, from England, he is a kickboxer representing Phoenix Kickboxing. He is the European and the world champion His name is Joe Brook.
First degree black belt in Kung Fu for good measure. Seems to have a lot of the bases covered, including the ability to sell tickets and bring a fan club with him.
Any final questions, Blue? Any final red? Touch glove, step back, melt swing.
And look, Oshin is smiling. You know, he's saying, I'm ready. And Joe Brooks, I'm hearing his crowd here in this audience right now, and he's brought a lot of support. So I am so excited to see it.
You know what? Joe Brooks has a really, really good knockout power, so I'm sure he's not going to go to the last round.
And a certain confidence about Joe Brooks right now as well, just from the off. It is kicking off.
Could I just say that I thought Chelmaya actually took it rather well.
Yeah, he's doing good thing, Chelmaya, but Joe Brooks is a real champion, and we talk about real champion. He begins very hard at the first, second, and last round.
And Chelmaya is a warrior. Chelmaya is a warrior. But I'm just seeing a bit composure from Joe Brooks right now, and a bit of a different class that I think Chelmaya might struggle with.
It's going to be a very good fight, very, very good fight.
And they're using every millimetre of the wall. Nearly did a circle of the oval there, actually. So Brooks sets himself now to start to build an attack.
I think he's going to do like backhand. Yeah, exactly. For people that are watching the live, Joe Brooks is using his front hand only to keep the distance. Keep the distance and throwing a back hand like this, exactly like this. Just keeping the distance, back hand, and it's okay.
But Chelmaya is doing the right thing, you know. He's taking these shots and he needs to recover, and he's getting out of them.
It's an eye-catching show from Brooks. Yeah. It's probably enough to have him in front. And Chelmaya is not offering so much.
It's a good one.
Caught high on the tempo with that shot. And in trouble with every salvo now, even on the left side. Two solid shots to the head.
Chelmaya needs to close that distance. He needs to clinch up. He needs to stop these techniques from going around. He actually needs to change the goal. Now, don't exchange with him. Bring it down.
He's down. He's in deep trouble.
This is what I was talking about. Knockout power.
It's over. A devastating show. Devastating show from Joe Brooks. As Kellyan said, he knows how to start. And he has most certainly delivered a finish within the first round, and all his fans from Croydon absolutely loved it. Chelmaya couldn't slow down the train there, could he?
Well done, Joe Brooks. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, this is why we all came here, right?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, knockout power. Totally, he has a knockout power, and I'm sure when he will be back in Total Combat, we will see another knockout for sure.
And he set the tone from the off. Not from round two, from the first second, he came out here and said, you know what, this is what I'm bringing. I'm gonna see if you can hack it today.
Yeah, exactly. We talk about wasting energy when you kick too hard or when you punch too hard, but the first second of a fight, it's very, very important to show how you can kick and how hard you can punch. After you manage the things, you have to manage your fake kicks, fake punches, but the first things he did, it was the perfect one.
But Kellyan, like you've been saying, it wasn't just impact, it wasn't just hard, it was precise.
Let's get the verdict. Chelmaya looks okay. The round got away from him.
Make some noise for Oshin Chelmaya!
Not a hair out of place after that devastating attacking show.
And Joe Brooks just jumped out of the oval right then.
He still have energy.
He's still ready to go. He's still walking around like he's the man.
Who is the next one? like Maximus in Gladiator. You want to get more, and you want more.
Are you not entertained?
Let's look again at some of the key elements of the attack.
See, look at that. Miss, come back, slip, come back. It is an answer to everything Oshin had, and that was the problem.
He did like something very professional, as you said, the Jordan. He kicks, but he can still be in defense, okay? He's going forward, but keeping his head very, very, very far away of the danger.
He's able to hit, he's able to be precise, but also he's able to be aware. And that's talent, that's a skill, and actually that's a champion.
So Joe Brooks, a very convincing winner indeed, is now waiting to speak to Bianca.
Well, what a statement you've just showed. What does this win mean to you?
It means absolutely everything to me. It's the first time I've fought at a big event like this in my hometown, so it's been an absolute pleasure. Team Phoenix, are you in the building?
Well, like you said, you are a South London boy. The crowd's here, they're all cheering your name. Can we see you again here?
Anytime, any place, give me the call and I'm there.
Are we calling anyone out tonight?
Sorry, say that again.
Are we calling anyone out tonight?
No, to be honest with you, like I said, anybody, anytime, anyway, you let me know.
Well, he's here, he made his statement. Well done, well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the support, it means a lot. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Am I going out that way, yeah?
And isn't that the art?
Thank you, yeah?
Hit and don't get hit. He's still looking pretty.
It's time to go crazy for the ladies. Next up, making her way to the blue side of the oval, Lily Anderson.
Here comes Lily the Hammer Anderson. Kickboxing world champion is her background. The last couple of weeks she wasn't sure that she'd be on this card. In fact, she stepped in with less than a week to go, but certainly an attraction here tonight.
Making her way to the oval to face Lily towards the red side of the oval. Make some noise for Evelyn Nayans Cherry
An amazing career behind Evelyn Nayans, but this is something of a restart. Never full contact before. Points fighting, discipline, kickboxing background. She fights under the flag of Belgium, but she's very well known in Great Britain. And what a career, going all the way back to 2016 when she claimed her first World Championship title.
Bringing it right back in the blue side of the oval from England. She is a kickboxer. She is representing Falcon Martial Arts. She is the WKO British champion, ICO European champion twice, ISKA European champion, and WKU world champion. Her name is Lily the Hammer Anderson. And in the red side of the oval, she is a kickboxer representing RGA Marlow. She is the Waco Pro World Champion. She is the 8-time Waco World Champion. Her name is Evelyn Nayans Cherry Pie.
You're going to respect my commands at all times. You're going to protect yourselves at all times. Any questions?
Any questions? Good luck to you both.
This is going to be an interesting one now. They're both kickboxers, and now it really is who's the best. Who's the best kickboxer?
We're gonna see it soon, Jordan.
And it'll be interesting because, like you say, I think Anderson is a complete.
This has been close quarter stuff so far.
Try to take the eye position.
I believe Lily stepped in late, so her prep.
Less than a week to go.
Less than a week to go, so you got to give her credit. But it's looking like Evelyn has a bit more experience and has a bit more prep going into the oval.
And also on the scales, about 5 kilogram advantage.
Wow.
Just shading the limit at 57 kilograms.
And Evelyn looks like she's in shape. She's fighting from the center, she's taking it to her, and it's that confidence. And when you prepare well, it makes you fight a different way. I don't know if that was a headbutt.
The cut's not very good, it's over the left eye.
But Anderson, he's coming inside.
That cut's a finisher for me, Killian.
No, really?
I have to say.
It's a finish.
No, I'm saying that's, for what it's worth, I've seen cuts like that, meaning a very premature stoppage, I'll be honest with you.
100%. I don't think there's any comeback from that. I'll be very surprised if she goes back out into the oval.
It'll be well worth watching.
I think it has been fixed, no?
Have a look now in the close-up we had there. Norrens has got to put that out of her mind. She's got to be ready to go again. She's asking what is happening. We believe it is going to be remembered as a clash of heads. So
we would like to see the highlights on this and how it happened.
Yeah. It has been with illegal punches or with elbows or anything like that during the ground?
Well, if we can see it, it could have been a head, it could have been an elbow, or it could have been a punch, it could have been a kick, but,
Okay, but because if it's an illegal kicks or punches or elbows or head, how does it work?
The Norrens are saying, listen, please, come on, let's get some information. Norrens saying, I don't know what's happening. 43 seconds of this first round on the clock.
But how does that work? It was a headbutt.
It was a headbutt, was it?
Yeah, it was a headbutt.
And actually, when you look at Evelyn right now, if
it was a headbutt.
look at this, here we go.
So that's what's fair.
I think I can hear Lily that is saying this was a headbutt.
Can you get more code, please?
If Lily does come back in, Evelyn also has to have that pressure of being able to standing around in that oval, having all of this drama going on around her. Can she refocus and go back?
Well, the adrenaline just drops right out of your body, doesn't it? You know that a million times better than I do.
You've got to focus. You still got to focus. You've got to still go in and think, she's coming back. So she needs to kind of still be focused, still thinking about the job until it's over.
So that is the evidence for it speaking for itself.
It's quite open, I have to say it. It's quite open for Will. But maybe if they can fix it, it's going to be good for
Have we got the there with these as well?
We're still lacking a bit of clarity, in all honesty. The crowd packed into the indigo are not getting any information on it just at this moment. In fact, this corner's still not quite clear. The question is whether it could be called a no contest because of a headbutt.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You'll see what the referee comes out with. You know, the referee has spoken to both sides, both corners. There's a bit of clarity and a bit of drama, but you know.
Well, it's a great shot, that. Could I just say that that's fairly optimistic if by those means the proposal is that she's going to continue in the fight?
I think she's going to continue.
You think she's going to continue?
Yeah, I think she's going to continue. I bet she's going to continue. What about you?
Well, it has been quite a long time, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a time limit for all of this. You know, normally it's done during the breaks.
Yeah.
So you know, if she comes, maybe Evelyn's corner has an argument saying this is unfair. She's had rest. You know, I was dominant and now it's a new fight. So it'll be interesting to see that we're seeing the refs now. You know, off the camera, getting together, speaking
How
about
about the medical care that Lily Anderson is actually receiving here? That is fantastic.
Yeah.
However, is it reason for the fight to continue? Gurgit has climbed back into the ring. I think he's got a bit more information now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the decision is in. Due to medical stoppage, that fight has to be announced as a no contest.
A no contest. Evelyn Noyens doesn't really agree with that, I don't think.
Please, may you make some noise for Evelyn Noyens' Cherry Pal!
Not going to say robbed of victory, but robbed of the opportunity in one sense. Unfortunate, to say the least of it.
And it is, you know, it is very difficult to train all that time to have so little time.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to get a word with Evelyn in just a moment or two. But again, what was paramount was the medical attention, of course, for Lily Anderson. Here's the evidence again. Killian, you take a go here. Again, the official verdict is accidental.
Okay, that's why we were talking about. It was about the, but
Oh,
here
there
it is.
Yeah,
Here it is.
And it was accidental. It was the punch and then followed in by with a head.
Yeah.
Listen, it happens on the biggest of stages, so let's be clear. There's very little that anybody can do. She feels the blood, she's aware of it, and immediately she's concerned about it, obviously, and the referee had to step in as he did. Here's Bianca.
Rematch.
Let's see on September.
Just tell me through it and explain what happened.
I felt like I was the more powerful fighter. I felt like I was in charge. We came forward, and yes, there was a clash of heads. Whether it was her coming forward, me coming forward, there was definitely contact on the head. But you know, that's fighting. Things like that happen, and it's a shame that it finishes this way.
Yeah, it felt like you were dominating the fight at the start, and it would have been great to see a lot more of it going on. But what is next for you now? When are we going to see you next? And hopefully it's for a lot longer.
Well, yeah, definitely the next time I hope to be on the mat for a little bit longer. Yeah, I don't know what I've got next for me. I've got a bit of points fighting coming up. I'm going to the World Games in 6 weeks. And after that, we'll see.
Okay, well, it was great to see you, and thank you.
So this is a little highlight reel from what we've seen so far tonight. Any impressions again as we look again?
It's that back kick what has been impressive, you know, that back kick, that liver shot, as Killian says.
Yeah, it's the second kick, the same one. This kick is from Taekwondo. It's called Adjadj in Korean. It's spinning back kick for everybody, and it's more and more used in UFC and MMA also. So very, very good to see it on Total Kombat.
And what I'm liking is the explosion of the action. You know, nobody is scared to fight. You know, I think everybody's now taking that opportunity in the O2 Indigo to basically make their name tonight. And
what a stylish winner that very stylish young man was.
Pretty boy
Brooks.
Joe Brooks, eh?
Look at Gurgit down there. He's even managed a costume change. So still ahead, the brother Matt Brooks in the ring against Luke Burns, and Tennessee Randall D. Begley. Women's contest, then into the last three live. Flyweight first up, Yazid Khan against Robbie Lavoie. Sid Williams, Tony Stevenson at welterweight, and bantamweight, Dalton John, Mohamed Noor. All that still to come here. Back to Gurgit now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the next battle. Making their way to the blue side of the oval, Mohamed Noor.
"64 kilograms, Mohamed Noor from London. He's of Moroccan descent, and clearly he's an athlete." Wow. Has anybody else done that tonight, actually?
He's the first. He is the first.
We had some time together with Mohamed Noor.
Confirmation, he is actually an athlete. Star schoolboy runner, actually.
And taking him on, making his way to the right side of the oval, Dalton John.
So from Port Talbot in South Wales, here comes Dalton John. Kickboxing is his background. British champion 10 years in a row. He deserves a medal also for another reason. He and his pal Tennessee Randall had the most awful journey yesterday to get here, to get weighed in, but they did it.
Reintroducing, and the blue side of the oval, he is from England, a Taekwondo fighter representing GB Top Team and a Black Diamond Gym. He is the multiple international and national fighter. His name is Mohamed Noor.
Look how John Dalton is keeping the eyes, watching Mohamed Noor.
The red side of the oval, from Wales.
The fight starts right now.
He is a kickboxer representing a WKO kickboxing. Dalton Dangerous John.
Gentlemen, respect my commands at all time and protect yourselves at all times.
Look at the tension. Look at the tension, please, between this guy.
Step back and good luck.
It's going to be a very interesting fight because John Dalton is a former fighter from MMA, very experienced, and Mohamed Noor is from Taekwondo, Olympic Taekwondo, but he managed very good way the kicks, so he can be very, very dangerous for John Dalton.
Dalton John seems fully aware of that, the way he started here.
And exactly that, you know, Joe Dalton is actually is used to the full contact fighting. But, you know, Mo is very much in the transition. He's a former Great Britain Taekwondo fighter. I actually had the privilege to train with him, and I know how exciting he can be.
Exactly, Jordan. I trained also with Mohamed Noor when I was in the French national team of Taekwondo, and we went to GB Taekwondo team, so it was a privilege to train with him too.
Let's see what happens here. How did Noor manage that, do you think?
It was pure strength. You know, the way he took it down was more of a throw, so actually that's very energy consuming. So now he needs to pick his strong, and actually my advice to Mo is to keep that distance, be aware of his space, find a good position and find the right shot.
Dalton John is denying him all of those things just at the moment, one round into this.
Dalton, you can tell that he's used to this full contact style, you know, he can tell that he's used to these environments. He is hunting him down, he's making Mo do all the work, he's making him make mistakes. You know, he's looking for the right opportunity. Mo now needs to just home in a little bit, settle, reset, and go again.
You really need to calm down, take position in the center of the oval, and after add some kicks. But now he demonstrates he has some strength. It's okay. He has to be more strategic now.
Dalton John has built the pressure very cleverly through this round. He has turned the heat up little by little. Noor's felt it most certainly. End of the first round. How did you see it?
Mohamed no waste a lot of energy. Okay, now if you want to win the fight, because in front of him he has a good one, an experienced MMA fighter, so he have to put some strategy inside, keeping the pressure, using punches first, and giving really fast and hard kick after.
I've got some news for you guys. Noah is ahead.
Noah is what?
Noah is ahead.
Noah is ahead.
Noah
Mo
is ahead.
Mo is ahead. But you know,
Mohamed Noah is ahead.
But it's the first round. It's the first round. You know, there's still two more rounds.
Okay.
You're shocked, aren't you?
I get it.
You are shocked.
I was like again.
Dalton actually just needs to do what he's continuing to do.
I don't want to tell Dalton John that, but he's behind.
Okay.
But he does just need to continue what he is doing. You know, Mo is wasting energy, and Dalton is hunting him down, trying to find the perfect shot. And actually, Dalton does need to find that perfect shot.
So that's very intriguing. Dalton John, of course, will know that this is continuous point scoring. There's nothing in and of itself in losing one round.
And here in the clinch, I would actually like to see a bit more composure from Mo in the clinch, and a bit more control and a bit less panic, where Dalton John, my apologies, is looking to get in them clinches because he knows he's more dominant. And wow! That is how you use the oval.
Yeah,
he's the first person to be using the oval.
Fight.
That is how you use the oval.
He fell a long way there as well, didn't he, Mohamed Noor? Now, we've seen him vault into the oval. I mentioned about his athletic background. He was a 1,500-meter star at school, I understand. Needed it there, needed that athletic ability. And it's a decent recovery, this.
People need to understand how energy you waste when you are in a reaction, when you are just submitting the pressure, you know. So Mo needs to keep inside the center of the oval and use his kick like he's doing. It's a good thing, it's a good thing. But you have to put more strategy and more pressure before to do it.
But what you do have to see is the constant pressure from Mo. You know, he's coming and coming and coming and coming. You know, he's not slowing down. He is not slowing down. So we're actually, where we're saying he's wasting energy, is he fit enough to carry this on for another round?
The answer might be yes.
For me, it's a big mistake to do boxing with John Dalton right now. It's a big mistake. He has to continue with kicking. When you had like more than 2 or 3 punches, you go out. You go out.
It's a good fight, this, isn't it? And it's gone back and forth in the opening 2 rounds.
Oh, woo! That was a bit of flexibility.
Whoa!
Hey.
Okay, I love what I'm seeing.
Yeah, well, that was a very skillful end to the round by Dalton John, but does it score a point or not? I don't think it does it?
You know, it's not points, but from the crowd,
the crowd loved it.
It's something they love.
Dalton John now needs to just calm down, reset, and go back to actually what he was doing and looking for them perfect opportunities. Mo now just needs to keep going and going and going. But what I would like to see him, instead of trying to catch him with 100 shots, can he catch him with 1?
Yeah.
Is that potentially a decisive move if he does, do you think?
100%. 100%. I know his capabilities, I know his ability, and I know that he can bring something out like that, but he needs to calm down first.
He needs to calm down and he needs to evitate to do boxing with John Dalton, okay? Because he's not his own games. He's from Taekwondo, he needs to use Taekwondo the best way ever. Good one.
Mohamed Noor again, making the most of what he's got.
Good recovery from Joe Dalton though.
Yeah.
He's on the ground, he's still looking at his opponent, and he's still coming forward.
He did stay cool there, Dalton John, and he needed to.
There you go, so Dalton John is now on top and dominating that position, so he's not giving up.
Not at all. I think he's a little bit. He needs to knock out Mohamed Noor on this round.
More terrific, evasive skill from Dalton John, but can he turn that into points on the board as he needs?
And I think he knows that he needs to knock him out. That's why he's coming forward. You know, that's why he's getting caught with them kicks and them punches coming forward. He's looking for that big one, but when he misses big, he is in danger.
Yeah, but John Dalton don't use this opportunity to be dangerous, you know? Always going back step, but...
Just hesitating sometimes when the opportunities have opened up.
Now, I need to see Mo kind of home in, you know, go back to his fundamentals. Sometimes go simple, because sometimes going simple will catch him. You know, like use your leg like a jab, and then set up the big one. You know, and then now Dalton John, he now needs to find that precise moment. As soon as Mo misses, he needs to now capitalize.
The crowd up in the higher tier here, the Indigo, are absolutely loving this. The finer points are very obvious, and the will to win is immense on both sides. Last 10 seconds.
The only things Mo had to do, just being, right now, side kicks. Really strong side kicks. No. Okay.
Ooh. And you've got to say, Mo has come forward and forward. We thought he would lose energy, and he didn't.
What a show that was, because he was under pressure early.
Yeah, for me, Mo is winning. We agree?
Mo is won.
Mo thinks he's won it for sure. We know he was ahead. Dalton John looks almost pleadingly toward the referee, offering his arm, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Gorgeous.
Your winner is in the blue side of the oval.
Blue gets it, Mohamed Noor. What a victory. And look what it means to him and his mates.
Yeah, and that's what he's been training for. He has been camped. He told me beforehand he has been training and training and training. He's making his dream a reality. You know, his dream was in Taekwondo. Now it's total combat.
I'm very, very, very proud what Mo just has done on total combat, because many people doubt about the efficiency of Taekwondo, Olympic Taekwondo, and he brings what I want to see from Olympic Taekwondo fighting.
Please make some noise for Dalton John.
Dalton John certainly played a massive part in that.
And look here. So here's that basic kick to get him inside, and then after that stab, he sees the opportunity to follow up. And that is clinical Taekwondo. And if that kick connected, he would have been gone, you know? That's the ability, but the only thing with that is the reset, and it became a bit dangerous, you know? So I'd love to see this, and I would love to see him back in the oval, because
Could I just add, I think you're about to make the point, forgive me, that's a rematch all over for me.
Yeah, bring a rematch, because
I agree.
I think we will see a different Dalton.
I agree too. A sense maybe that Dalton John has not delivered when the opportunities came tonight, but making the best of what he's got, Mohamed Noor, and that again is such a skill in itself, isn't it?
It is, and Mo is established. There's no playing with Mo. You cannot knock what he has done. He is an established Taekwondo player.
Just a brief pause in the action here for a moment or two, folks, and we're going to hand it back to Adjadj.
Ladies and gentlemen, through the years of martial arts, we have found many great people to help develop what we do today. And recently, we have had a very sad loss of a great man who's a family and friend to Total Combat. And without him, we wouldn't have seen a lot of things that we are doing today. So please, everybody, could you please pay your respects for Lee Sampson with the 10 bells.
Blue Samson, absolutely incredible martial artist, and he's respected across the board. He has been someone who's influential in my life, and actually someone who's very close to me, Damon, and you know, it was deeply saddened from his loss.
Thank you very much indeed. Fine words, Jordan. Thank you very much indeed. And everybody has marked that moment to remember somebody very important to this community with great respect here.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's bring back the action with the minus 74 kg category. Making their way to the blue side of the oval, Tony Stevenson!
74 kilogram class, Tony Stevenson from Bantry in the beautiful County Cork in Ireland, a kickboxing world champion. Taekwondo background as well, Team GB Olympic style. A brilliant kicking game. Sounds like quite an intimidating test for the young man who's now going to come out into the oval.
And following the path to the red side of the oval, Sid Williams!
Sid Williams only turned 18 a few weeks ago. An emerging talent, come forward style. Is he going to be made for Stevenson? We'll find out with great interest in just a few minutes. From Southport.
Bringing it right back. And the blue side of the oval, he is from Ireland, representing what's called kickboxing. He is a multiple WACO champion. His name is Tony the Axeman Stevenson. In the red side of the oval, from England, he is a kickboxer representing Adjadj Apex. He is the WACO World Champion, WACO European Cup winner, and multiple national champion. He goes by the name of Sid Williams!
Gentlemen, come into the centre. You're going to respect my calls at all times. You're going to protect yourself at all times. Any questions? Any questions? Good luck to you both. Step up.
I think Tony has got a bit of age on Sid. So Sid is looking to come and emerge and make his name, and and Tony's coming out saying, here's my experience and feel this. So I am looking forward to seeing how this develops. You know, Sid came out and he's looking confident. He's playing to the cameras. He's got that young fire, where I saw Tony coming in composed, you know, concentrating on the job. So it'll be interesting to see how this plans already. The engagement, the action is already off.
Williams at his time of life, tender years and all that, but already a world champion in 2024, British champion in 2025. Wins have brought him the confidence, and it's been a different route to becoming a confident athlete for Tony Stevenson, all the way back when his road started as a 6 or 7 year old with a little bit of a stammer. Getting into this field brought him confidence, brought him friendships, bringing out the best in him, and there are 1 or 2 other athletes on the card tonight who have got very similar stories to that.
You know, Tony's coming actually in quite big. So if Sid actually just settles and he's able to catch him in between, so Sid needs to be, Tony needs to be, he needs to watch that. He's leaving himself open for Sid to catch him cold.
Williams is looking a good, confident, attacking fighter early on here.
I think Williams needs to go boxing with Stevenson, because when Stevenson uses side kicks, he's very explosive and he hit hard, so it's a good thing for him. But when he's doing boxing, I think we see something less good from Stevenson.
I think Stevenson is leaving his leg up for way too long, and that's leaving him vulnerable. So he needs to be able to get that leg up and get his feet to the ground so he can go on to that next action. And here we're saying, so even though Sid Williams is younger, hit the strength, he's still able to withhold that strength from. He's still able to withhold that strength from Tony.
That's the end of the first round. There's one or two little protests in the corner, actually. Bit of holding, they claim, from Williams. I'm not sure I saw that, did you?
I didn't saw nothing, but...
You've seen that kind of thing go on, though, haven't you? I'm so intrigued to know who won the round. A reminder about the QR code on screen right now, everybody. You can join in on Total Combat tonight. Give us your verdict on Fight of the Night.
What would you like to see, Killian?
I would like to see Williams using more punches, moving a little bit more from step back and send front inside the security side of Stevenson and using punches, because it's going to be the key for him, I'm sure.
Blue won that first round, we are being told.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
and now you go inside.
So Tony and...
Now you go inside.
Okay, yeah. So when that foot comes down, you go in.
Exactly. And look, he's in danger. Stevenson is in danger when he uses punches.
So they both need to test more, you know? They need to find out a bit more. You know, can they make each other make a mistake? That mouth guard is coming out a bit too easy, don't you think?
Too easy, yeah.
Unlike some other codes, you just put it in yourself and get on with it.
Yeah.
Cuts down on the pantomime, I'll give him that.
Ooh, spinning back, that's that liver shot you were talking about. You know, but look at Sid Williams, he was able to withhold that. So Stevenson, you know, he's playing to his strength. He knows his strength. He knows that his strength is kicking. So you were seeing that leg control in this fight.
Williams need to work in the
mid-range.
Mid-range.
Yeah.
We have like 3 range in sports
That was
combat.
him lunging right there.
Yeah, large range. You are not in danger. In the short range, you are in clinch, and Stevenson like clinch. He's looking for it. But in the mid-range, you can use your punches, and it's the best way for Williams to win the fight.
And this is very good reffing, right? Every time they go into the clinch, you see the ref saying, fight out of it, fight out of it. So, you know, they haven't got a time to think in that clinch. They have to be fighting it. They are engaged. So very good reffing.
Williams hasn't really got going so far in this second round.
Oh, good punch.
That's the range I was talking about.
But, you know, he's getting himself inside, but there is nothing from inside.
The output is not there, is it? So that's 2 down. And the youngster in adversity, perhaps for the first time in his career, intriguingly, against the wily veteran Stevenson.
Stevenson is very dangerous in the large range, but in the mid-range and short range, there is nothing. So Williams needs to work on it.
This is getting really interesting. We're now hearing that actually Williams got that second round. We're not precisely certain of the overall. That doesn't mean it's level. Let me explain that to everybody again and emphasize that. It's cumulative points which count, but it might be an indicator that it's very close.
Yeah, it's definitely very close. But we know this is Total Combat. They're in an oval, and yes, it might be on point, but it only takes 1 shot.
So maximum is required from either going into the 3rd round. Stevenson against Williams. Stevenson, blue. Williams, red. Williams, a relative newcomer. Stevenson has been in some difficult places on many an occasion in his career.
And what I'm seeing is that Stevenson is using his legs to get inside what he is strong at. And actually, I don't think Williams knows what to do in them situations. You know, he's not reading. And there's that mouth guard gone out again. You know, that how many times, you know, can that mouth guard come out? You know, that has to be a bit of a warning and speaking to the corner maybe.
Williams doesn't know how to do because he's in reaction. We talk about reaction again, but he's just waiting the work from Stevenson. So he has to be like more in action, productive, you know.
Honestly, chaps, you know what I think should happen, and this is a cross-code comment about gun shield. I think that the clock should go back 10 seconds every time the gum shield comes out, because guys lose their way and lose their rhythm. That's the unseen consequence of it all.
And also, it could be a tactic.
Well, now you get me started, and I don't think you want to get me started on that, honestly. I've seen it too often.
It's the game. It's the game. Until the rules change, it won't change.
And that's also a great point. You play what you have to deal with on this occasion. We're into the last minute.
Oh, that duck is very dangerous. He just ducked there. So maybe now Williams should pick up on that when he feigns there's a duck. So can he take that opportunity? Can he see that?
I don't know how Williams is comfortable with his kicks, but I think it's going to be a good thing to be surprising on the last round, because it's the same thing on the first 2 and 3 rounds. So maybe add something new from him.
And in my opinion, right now, on point, I think Stevens got it. So in the next 15 seconds, if Williams don't find a point, in my opinion, he is lost.
Yeah.
He's bossed it. He's old-manned him in a sense, Stevenson. Hard shots to the body. He needs a lot of them. He needs to rack up the points in those situations, which he could be doing, of course.
Exactly, and that might be a tactic.
But Williams right at the finish there, cursed as though he didn't quite make the most of the. I'm not going to use the language, but it said to everybody, I haven't quite made the most of the opportunity here tonight. We might be wrong. Who knows?
I think they're both not sure, but I do think Williams doesn't look like he has won. He feels like he hasn't won.
He knows it. He
knows. I think Stevenson's not too sure, so I actually think he's going to be shot.
It's close, I think.
Who thinks Sid Williams got it? Your winner is in the blue!
Tony Stevenson has got it. Tony Stevenson knows it wasn't easy tonight. Sid Williams made him work and work and work. Neither probably is going to claim that that's a career best showing overall, but it's one more precious victory and a big, big learning defeat early in the career of Sid Williams.
Exactly, you know, so at this moment in time, Stevenson's going to take every win that he gets at his stage of the career, and Williams can also, is looking towards paving his way, and he still has time to correct what he's done today in the Open.
So, Killian, just give us your assessment, please, on what we saw there with Stevenson and Williams.
What we saw about Stevenson and Williams, it was a very strategic fight. No one can...
Forgive me for interrupting. Nobody can say it's not live and full of controversy. We are being told that we are going to go back and hear the verdict all over again, and I think that somebody, somewhere, may have jumped the gun ever so slightly. That is what's happening live right now.
Wow. Wow.
So we're going to get a re-announcement.
I want another round.
Okay, let's listen in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the correct announcement. Your winner is in the red side of the oval, Sid Williams.
So, that is an extraordinary sequence of events. But it is Sid Williams who has won it. Someone somewhere unfortunately didn't get the right message out. These things happen. It's so noisy here, but it's a great victory as it turns out for Williams, and Stevenson walks disconsolately, but I don't think anybody should be that surprised, because when Stevenson was announced as a winner, he was walking out disconsolately.
100%. And like we said, we knew it was close. We knew it was close. But at the end of the day, I know why Stevenson's upset. He won and then he lost. But you know, Williams has now got a win under his belt.
It totally illustrates the fight, you know.
Let's get to Bianca.
Okay, so that was a war, and you finally came out on top. But can we just go through? We had a little bit of a change decision at the end. How do you feel about the fight?
I think it took me by surprise a little bit at the end with the change decision. I think it was a bit of a sloppy fight, could have done better, but at the end of the day I got the win, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, you did come out with the win. You actually both are on the kickboxing circuit, and it was the first time you fought in the Oval. What was it like fighting him?
Yeah, it was good. He's similar to my weight, so hopefully we get to share it again. And I'd love in future Total Combat fights to rematch, because I felt like I could have performed better, and I'm sure Tony wants that fight again, so next fight, let's bring it.
Well, hopefully we can arrange it again for another rematch, but congratulations on your win tonight.
Thank you.
And over to the MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the next bout. Bringing him into the blue side of the Oval, Robbie Lavoie.
One of the biggest characters on the circuit, the French-Canadian veteran, now touching 40 years of age, Robbie Lavoie. An amazing career, a household name. Takes on any challenge, anytime, anywhere. Here he is back in the UK. This has been a top athlete since the age of 9 when he became a black belt.
And to face him, make his way to the red side of the Oval, Adjadj Khan!
Fresh as a daisy, 20 years younger. Adjadj Khan from Small Heath in Birmingham. It's only his 4th fight in any discipline. I asked him today, actually, are you looking forward to sharing the ring with a legend? And he said, I actually don't know much about him, I'm too young.
It's going to be a very interesting fight between Muay Thai former champion Adjadj and point fighting former champion Robbie Lavoie. But Robbie has ever fought in a full contact fight in Karate Combat League, so it's going to be very, very interesting how he manages the guy in front of him from Muay Thai.
Bringing it back, and the blue side of the Oval, all the way from Canada, he is a kickboxer representing Douvres, Rockland. He is a multiple world champion and a legend in the sport. His name is Robbie Lavoie. And on the red side of the Oval, he is from England. He is representing Ronin Muay Thai. He is known as Adjadj Khan.
Center, please.
Smart man. Let's go.
We went over rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Listen to my command at all times. Okay? Touch gloves, step back, come out swinging.
This is going to be interesting. 20 years difference, you say? So, like, you know, you got the young boy versus the old boy. Is that what you're saying?
We can expect from Adjadj, he's going to put some pressure as a Muay Thai fighter for sure. But differently, as we can see just before, Robbie Lavoie has experience against this kind of guy, so I think he will manage the thing very good.
I think I just heard there that it's his 4th fight in any discipline. You know, so there will be some kind of inexperience, but you know, sometimes fight is just natural to some people, so I am looking forward to seeing what he's got.
The greatest unknown, I'm the outsider in the room obviously, but the greatest unknown for me is how a youngster like Adjadj Khan is going to handle the man strength and the power of a seasoned operator like Lavoie.
And
I'll venture to suggest he's never been struck or hit the way he will be in this fight.
Exactly, and we're seeing two different conditions right now. We're seeing someone who's very built, and we're seeing somebody who is young and is real and probably has a lot of time to develop.
Exactly. Straight through the middle. The kicking game is being deployed here.
You know what? I think Adjadj has been surprised about the strength of Robbie Lavoie because his eyes, the look of Adjadj has been changed at the first exchange. I don't know if you agree with me, Jordan.
Yeah, because 100% is changed. You know, like...
Oh, wow! This one is a good one.
You know, like, you can have all the confidence before the bell, but as soon as that bell goes off, as soon as that go...
You take the first one.
There you go.
And that wasn't a rugby tackle?
What did you say?
That was not a rugby tackle?
Maybe, but
it was pretty close to one.
It works, so...
It worked, you're right. Well, yeah, that's exactly what to say. And Khan certainly has got the warrior spirit.
What I'm seeing from Lavoie, he's got some nice kicks, but his reset after the kicks is dangerous. So if Adjadj can pick up on that, he can create some damage, but will his inexperience show that he might not see them opportunities?
Yes, but Robbie is managing the things the best way ever for the moment. He doesn't waste so much energy, he moves a lot. Adjadj is just following the guys, but he didn't touch
He's missing,
him.
missing and missing.
Yeah.
So here we go, he's keeping them at distance, he's slipping, he's making them making mistakes.
Good.
And he's
the
picking his points.
The back end land every time from Robbie Lavoie. The back end land every time, so it's a good thing, and I think it's going to be the key of the fight on the next round.
He's picking his shots. That's what he's got to do, and then that's his experience, you know? He's seen this so many times in front of him, you know, so for him, it's just every day. It's a different story for Adjadj.
Yeah.
He's learning as it goes on, and like I said before, it's a dangerous place to learn in the oval.
Yeah, Adjadj just before the fight told that a point fighting fighter can be a strong fighter. He told that Muay Thai gonna bring something more than point fighting, so I want to see this, but first, in the first round, Robbie has been more dangerous than Adjadj.
A martial art is a martial artist, you know, and if you're a good martial artist, that will be dominant.
Lavoie blue leads into the second round. As the first round, Adjadj Khan trying to make it, showing willing.
Good one.
And there we go, we're seeing that strength again. He's got him over, but you know, he needs to posture up out of that clinch on the floor to be able to finish.
So those were scoring blows on the deck there?
I think he had to be up there. I don't think any shots landed on the floor, but
okay,
possibly. He can score on the deck by getting them shots in.
He's not allowed to kick at the leg for people that are watching.
Thank you. There's a little problem with the shin guards.
But I also think, yes, he's kicking at the legs. You know, he is able to carry on. You know, so let the ref do the job.
He's doing sorry, Jordan. He's doing something very, very strategic. When you get kicked illegally, you have like about 1 minute to get back. So he took the energy to get back and be stronger.
Yeah, he took his time.
Now Lavoie is seeing the open. He's seeing the opening. He's seeing his strength. So
time is called. He's in trouble here with the referee. Khan.
And this is discipline, you know. So where Adjadj is speaking and he's shouting, that is inexperience, you know. You know, he hasn't been in a hyper. He's still chatting about. He's not concentrating. He's getting frustrated. He's getting ruffled because he's not able to let off his shots. He knows he's under pressure. And you know what? I'm liking Lavoie. He's just getting on with his job. He's just trying to win the fight.
The corner of Adjadj is giving the right strategy, doing boxing. Okay, boxing because it can be dangerous boxing, but not in the clinch. Clinch is Robbie Lavoie is so much better.
There we go. So now where we're seeing from Lavoie his points fighting, he's being able to pick them shots. But we're only seeing them one shot, but we only need to see one shot. And here we go, where the man strength is, where Yasid is taking him down, but, you know, Yavo kind of sees himself on top again.
But what we are just watching is the pressure of Muay Thai is coming now to this good effect, because Robbie Lavoie is going to made some mistakes, and we are just seeing it right now.
What I would like to see from Yavo is actually keeping the center of the oval, because if he keeps the center of the oval, he's so much stronger than Yasid. So if he keeps the center of him and picks his shot right then and there, I actually believe that he can stop him.
Lavoie, largely speaking, is delivering the kind of performance which tells us that he's the boss.
My advice was
Lavoie remains in front. The 1 point deduction didn't help. Oh, I can see everything you've been explaining to us guys through this fight about why Lavoie is the boss. And I can see all these mistakes that Khan is making, but there's still a little bit of a swagger and an attitude about young Khan, as though even if he doesn't win this, he might actually be on the start of a very good road. There's just something about him. He's got a bit of ring personality, if I could put it like that.
Yeah, he has a good personality to be a ring star or a champion. But this is what needs to do Robbie Lavoie. Side kicks, very strong, to keep the center inside, and after manage the things the best way ever.
And
doing
see
like
what
a kind of
Lavoie
clinch.
just did there. He took it to the body and then brought it up high. That is very, very dangerous. You know, so if he can continue to manipulate Yasid like that, manipulate Khan, he will get caught off guard.
The master of his art, long established.
Now he has to use side kicks.
Keep him long, keep him distance, and then pick it away. There we go. Can he finish?
Not so hard, good one.
Good recovery from Lavoie.
Using all the know-how that he brings to his daily work in the Douvry gym back home in Ottawa, in Ontario.
And we're seeing
But
now,
he's been made to work, isn't he?
He is, because we've got that multi mentality coming forward and forward and forward, and that is hard to handle. It doesn't matter what level you're at, as we can see. You know, he's applying, Khan is applying constant pressure, and now he's asking questions of Lavoie. What are you saying?
In total combat in the oval, Muay Thai fighter will win on the third round every time. I can swear for it. So he's doing the right thing. As in he's doing the right thing, putting the pressure, giving the pressure, and Robbie Lavoie is going to make some mistakes. Mistakes with boxing.
Now they're saying to Khan, Lavoie is tiring.
Yeah.
Last 30 seconds.
Side kicks, it could be a good one.
So now he needs to pick his shots and move Lavoie. And Khan just needs to keep hunting and finding a shot. He hasn't got much time left. He needs to find a big one. There we go. I think what we... Okay, here we're seeing Lavoie a bit of fanciness now.
The back always landed.
He packed that one in his luggage coming into Heathrow Airport.
He left a bit of energy for that.
He loved it. He loved putting on a show tonight, Lavoie, for the crowd here in London. It looks as though he's done enough.
It was a very, very good fight from Lavoie, very strategic. But as I told, maintain this pressure during 3 rounds is very, very difficult for us, the guys in front of Muay Thai fighter. So it's going to be good things for Muay Thai fighter to keep the pressure for sure, but being a little bit more with more precision.
And remember, Khan is young. He will keep learning and learning and learning and learning.
100%. Now, who's this young man in the lame jacket now? He has really got a wardrobe and a half, hasn't he? Look at that.
The decision is in. Your winner is in the blue side of the oval.
Robbie Lavoie just keeps on trucking. At the age of 39, he wins again. He had the knowledge, he had the experience, but Kid Khan, even in defeat, has shown he has got attitude and a whole lot of promise. He made every mistake in the book, but even with that, he still gave a pretty good account of himself.
And look at that, Lavoie has won and he's winning respectfully, and he was outrighted the best in that oval right then tonight. You know, and my advice to Khan is to home in on his skills, learn his craft, and keep grinding. He has time to keep going. He has time to correct it.
Look, this is a side kick I was talking about. The second kick was amazing. But I think the batting, if you look very technically, he had to touch the second kick more with the back part of his feet to be more strong and expect a knockout.
It wasn't a classic, but it was a very interesting fight on lots of levels, wasn't it?
Yeah, very strategic fight. This is the kind of fight when you can see in Total Combat is style versus style, and this is what we want to see.
This is what we want to see, Adjadj moving.
Wow! Amazing action, and we are going to bring some more. Next up, making her way to the blue side of the oval, Begley!
So one women's contest next, followed by our concluding men's contest. Begley from Dublin, Ireland. MMA background. And a bit of background between herself and her opponent. One or two contentious previous meetings.
Following her path to the red side of the oval, Tennessee Randall!
A very talented all-rounder is Tennessee Randall, and I don't just mean in terms of combat sports. She's a research assistant at Swansea University at the moment, completing her PhD. Two-time full contact kickboxing world champion. And she might get a little award for just making it here tonight. Budapest show last weekend, and making her way down the M4 with her dad. I'm afraid the van packed up yesterday. It took them a lot longer to get here than planned.
Letting you know again, on the blue side of the oval, all the way from Ireland, she is representing West Cork Kickboxing. She is the 12th time Irish national champion and WACO World Cup winner. Her name is Begley. And on the red side of the oval, she is from Wales. She is a kickboxer representing WKO Kickboxing. She is the 4-time WACO World Champion. She goes by the name of Tennessee Razor Randall.
Ladies, come to the centre. You're going to respect my calls at all time. You're going to protect yourself at all times. Any questions? Questions? Good luck. Let's have a great fight.
So the backstory briefly, 2017, Begley won disqualification of Randall. Randall got revenge on points in 2019. Number 3 here now at the Indigo.
Oh, and she's using that front leg. And this is what I was saying, I'm liking the way she's using that front leg like a jab. Yeah, she's using her legs like a hand.
As you told before, fighter need to put it down quite fast, okay? Don't let it up so long time to don't be swept.
Begley's training base has been the SPG gym in Dublin. The starting place for a lot of the Irish MMA stars, most notably Conor McGregor.
And we're seeing that Begley's trying to get in close, she's trying to get into the clinch, she's trying to shut her down. And what Randall needs to do is get that front leg out, keep her at distance and keep her opportunity to score. Don't allow her to get inside. Control that center.
As she's doing at this moment. First minute has passed by.
And Begley does not mind getting inside. So she doesn't mind taking one to give one.
Yeah.
And like I said, I would like Randall to kind of figure out to reset after that kick, because that is so dangerous. Leaving that leg up that high against that MMA fighter is very, very dangerous. And when Begley finds that out, it could be game over.
Well, Begley might know it already with respect, Jordan, given that they have met twice before. And she may not be fazed by it because of that. They know each other pretty well already.
Yeah, we're going to see what happened in the second round, because it's going to be very interesting about strategy.
I'm hardly an expert, let's be clear, but I find that round very difficult to score.
Yeah, quite difficult. I think about the kicking in the face, maybe Randall won the first round.
I think Randall has won the first round with her kicks. What I would like to see from both of them is clean it up just that little bit more. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to see in that second round, see if they can overturn it, see who can come out on top, who has figured out the story.
I'll tell you what, I figured out that it's going to be hard to score. Not bad for first night. That is actually a level round.
Wow.
Have we had another one tonight? I don't think we have.
I think that's the first. That is the first. So we're on level ground. We're on level ground. So it's anybody's.
So it's now a 2-round sprint.
So I want to talk about strategy as always between the rounds. For me, Randall needs to keep the distance, okay, with the kicks. And when she goes in exchange on boxing, only 2 or 3 punches, and she needs to go out because it's going to be dangerous for her. In Begley, totally different.
And it's not really working out like that. In sort of colloquial English, Killian, sometimes we say that's messing your opponent around. Is that right?
That's right, that's right.
Look, that's this moment to be very efficient from Begley. Begley or Begley?
Begley. It's a good old Irish name, that. And so in lots of ways so far, this fight is actually going quite well for Begley, isn't it?
I think, because she's managing the best way ever the things. She is trying to get inside the mid-range or short range and practicing boxing like she can do.
So Randall is leaving herself open now, right? There is a big right hook, what we just seen there, coming over the top. And if Randall is not careful, Begley will catch her. So Randall needs to reset, get her hands up and get them legs up to protect her. At the moment, her knee is way too low. So Begley is coming over the top.
Yeah. Oh, it was a good
lovely,
one.
Randall, lovely.
It was a good one, but Begley has always ends up. It's a very, very good thing for her.
This fight is going rather nicely for Dee Begley at the moment.
And look. Whoa!
Randall responds.
And that's what happens.
Never give your back.
Never.
It's none in every sport.
And you gotta have the WTF recovery, right? You have to.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has it. So you have to recover. You cannot leave yourself vulnerable.
Back and forth to the end of the round.
For me, this one go to Begley, right? Yeah.
Begley is controlling the center of the oval. You know, when someone controls the center, it is very hard to dominate from the side.
Yeah, the center is the key. We are talking about it from the beginning of the fight. The center is the key. If you keep the center, you can do whatever you want. You don't waste energy. You can put your strategy in front of your opponent. So it's the best thing to do.
Would it surprise you to learn, therefore, that we're being told that Tennessee Randall has just edged in front?
Wow.
Red round.
And maybe because it's the kicks. It is the kicks, you know, kicks are high scoring. So, Randall, yes.
I'm not agree, actually. But that's the game.
Interesting.
But the game is going to be interesting on the last round.
It is the game. So, what I would like to see now, if Begley had got the moves, is she going to come to knock her out? Also, is there going to be more takedowns?
Certainly Begley has delivered a pretty good performance level in terms of her capabilities and her strengths. Not sure Randall has played to all her strengths tonight so far.
I love to see the two different styles though. You've got Begley who's kind of Trojan in, kind of flat-footed and kind of looking for them, that hunter, control the center mentality. Then you have Randall who's on her toes, agile, and is almost picking her shots, a bit like a point fighter.
Of course, Randall being super smart, ring craft.
Oh, that's a good one.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But bad recovery. You have to have a recovery.
Yeah.
Look at it now. You can't be afford to be pounded on the ground.
Begley just came right through it, actually.
Yeah, but Randall is doing a really great job, so much better than the second round.
And this is, I'm seeing it now, make her miss and come back with that front leg.
Yeah, she's moving good, she's moving very well.
And she's fighting a bit more from the center, so she's moving and finding their center. Oh, great kick from Begley. So now there's 37 seconds left. Something needs to change. The corners need to be aware of the time, and they need to be advising their fighters what job do they need to do now.
Who knows? One very big scoring sequence either way now might decide it.
And there we go. Begley's coming in and in and in. Randall just needs to keep fighting towards the end. She needs to close this fight out. She's got about 8 seconds left. And look, there's a big swing. There's a big swing. She knows she needs something big. There's that spin. Good. Lovely.
That's it.
It was a very good fight. Very interesting to see.
It was, again, tactically. A great bit of sportswomanship between the two of them at the end of it. They hug, they embrace. They've got great respect for each other, having been through a lot of rounds together now. The first round of this one, all square. Randall edged in front. Begley had to do something to turn that round. It's questionable whether she can hope to have done enough, but don't take my word for it.
Total combat! Who thinks Dee Begley got it? Who thinks Tennessee Randall got it? The decision is in. Your winner is in the return of the oval, Tennessee Razor Randall!
And there it is.
Randall gets it. She stayed calm when it wasn't going her way early on. Her class ultimately prevailed over the willpower of a very gallant Dee Begley.
I think she was more talented. I think she had more of a variety of techniques and just had a lot more to deal with Begley. Look how happy Randall is.
Well,
you know,
I told you how hard she had to work to get here this week. After Budapest, back home to South Wales, and back by a circuitous route to London yesterday.
And she's doing it for the love, and that's why she's here.
This is what you're talking about, Jordan, when she throws a kick after she's in danger always. So it wasn't dangerous for this time, but it's a lesson for next fight.
And you've got to grow, you've got to keep growing.
This one was good. Always a spinning back. Spinning back kick is very, very, very useful.
She just seemed to fight with a few more options for most of that. So she's enjoying the moment, and here she is with Bianca.
So Tennessee, what does it feel like to win the co-main event for the very first Total Combat?
Oh, out of this world. I am so chuffed. I've had 18 months out, and this is my comeback year. And I want to thank all of my Welsh supporters, my friends and family from WKO. Thank you so much. This is for you.
Well, congratulations, and what a comeback it was. Your mindset was everything. Last words before we finish.
Just thank you for the opportunity, and I hope you'll have me back again.
I'm sure we'd love to see you back, so thank you, and congratulations on the win again.
I don't think I've ever done a live show, Combat Sports, with so much action packed into such a short space of time, and we're not going to change tack now. It's already time for our top of the bill, but before we get to it, 69 kilogram class, there was a bit of beef yesterday involving Luke Burns.
Absolutely smashed this kid's head in. Just I'm going to batter him from the start to the finish. Try and get it early night, but everyone's saying it's going to be a good fight. I've seen little clips of him doing all his ballerina kicks and that, but I'm going to smoke him. My name's Luke Burns. I fight from Aspire in Liverpool. It's an MMA gym. I'm predominantly an MMA fighter, but I've done striking all my life and karate for a few years. Got my black belt and that, and then went on to kickboxing, fought loads of kickboxing. None of that tag stuff. I wanted to actually have full contact. And then I moved on to MMA, and from my own, been doing that ever since. When I got to MMA, I was very kick happy, and then obviously through MMA and going to boxing classes, and boxing started getting my hands a bit more better. And now I'll say, especially in this fight, my hands are going to be most dominant over them all. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with the boxing side of this. I'm used to getting it. They sometimes have point fighting, then sometimes do light contact, and then they do full. Ours is constant. I'm getting slammed on the floor, and I'm having scraps, and I'm constant. I'm using smaller gloves, 4-ounce gloves. I'm used to getting it in, so he's going to feel a difference. He's not used to that, I am. I just feel like I can put a higher volume, higher pace on this kid. I'm used to 5 minutes. These now, walk in the park, can't wait. I'm gonna rub my ball sack across his head.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Total Combat, and we have now reached our main fight of the night. It's time to roll, making his way to the blue side of the oval, Luke Burns!
Sounds to me like some of the crowd have had a little look on social media at some of the things that were said yesterday. But he's living off it, isn't he? Some athletes love to feel the hostility. Just makes the hairs on the back of the neck stand up. Time to go to work to prove people wrong. Liverpool's Luke Burns.
Yesterday during press conference, Luke Burns told to Matt Brooks, eyes into eyes, I'm gonna smash your head. It was right. Let's see what happened tonight.
So much for being a sophisticated, cultivated Frenchman. Gillian.
And to step onto the red side of the oval,
Matt Brooks, the 21-year-old. The brother's been brilliant tonight. Another local boy, as you can hear, from the Phoenix Martial Arts Club in Croydon. And much like his brother, a very cultivated and sophisticated man when it comes to dress sense. He looked a true $1 million warrior at the weigh-in yesterday.
I love it. I love the intention, I love the atmosphere.
Step back, please. Step back.
the rivalry is real. On the blue side of the oval, he is from England. He is an MMA fighter. His name is Benzi Luke Burns. And on the red side of the oval, he is from England. He is a kickboxer representing Phoenix Kickboxing. He is the Wacko European champion. His name is
I have been waiting for this all night.
Yeah. It's gonna be the best way ever to end this Total Combat night. So can't wait the fight starting.
They're looking raring to go. They're like two lions looking at each other.
Earlier, Joe Brooks stayed very cool, made his class tell. Is Luke Burns a bit too pumped up? Can Brooks stay cool, or will Brooks rise to the immediate challenge, take his ground away?
And look, straight engaged, and you can see the class from both of them. This is going to be a top-notch fight. And Burns is on top there. And look, very wild. See, there's a lot of personal things going in. They actually need to not get distracted by that and still concentrate on the job. There's still a job to do.
Who is being more distracted by the build-up at the moment?
Oh, the side kick is very powerful from Brooks.
Oh, there we go.
He has to be focused on his hand when he go out from the mid-range.
Burns perhaps has looked slightly more composed in these early stages.
Luke Burns is looking for the counter.
Brooks, I should have said, forgive me, my mistake. Brooks. But it might not count for much.
And there it is, the pressure of the O2 Indigo. You can hear the atmosphere in here. We're sitting in it and it's very hot.
Okay, change.
And right now, there is so much energy being disposed right now.
Did we see the elbow in use there?
No.
Okay. MMA background, Burns.
Burns is a bit wild. He needs to clean it up and be clinical. If he doesn't, Brooks will be able to find that precise opportunity.
Yeah, you're totally right, but Brooks is very open after he fights, after he kicks, okay? He's very, very open in the mid-range. It can be very, very dangerous.
Yes.
Burns now, perhaps, has realised he's got to get to work rather than playing the crowd here.
Spinning
He's
back
got
kick, spinning.
his hands full and then some against Matt Brooks. Brooks did stay cool, didn't he?
That's it, and it's reality. You know, at the end of the day, there is 2 more rounds. There's 2 more rounds to end this fight. There's multiple ways to win. You can either do it on points or you can knock somebody out. So let's see what they do. Let's see how they come out on that second round.
For me, the first one was just a showing off. Who has the biggest ones, you know? Now they need to be more strategic, okay? Now it's a fight. You know you can fight.
And who becomes the favourite in that circumstance for you, Killian?
It's very difficult because Joe Brooks can be more efficient, but he is very open after the short and mid-range, and it can be the difference and the keys for Luke Burns.
On a mental point of view, I think Joe Brooks will come out on top. I think Burns is getting caught up in the atmosphere. I think he's alluding to the surroundings, the externals. It's internal right now, they're in the oval.
To my point at the start of this, Burns is fighting the occasion, not the opponent in front of him, and Brooks has taken the first round.
Exactly. I agree 100%.
So this is Burns' response now. But you see the way Brooks doesn't allow panic to creep in there?
That's it, he's got to go straight back to the job. Up, straight back to work. He's got the right mental approach.
Oh,
what a connection!
It was a good one. Luke Burns is fighting like in street fight. He needs to be more professional, more strategic on this fight. And Joe Brooks is doing it right now in the second round, so it's perfect.
Go back to his foundation, and now look who's more dominant, who's controlling the center of the ring is Brooks.
I'm not writing Burns out of this, incidentally, just yet, guys. There's still a long, long way to go. And if he has the physical attributes, it could yet turn around if he can impose those on Brooks. And Brooks just needed a little second there just to compose himself, getting off the deck.
And there we go. They're now back to testing each other.
Yes,
there
exactly.
You go.
He has to do the side kick first, and after the back end. The back end is very, very efficient from Brooks.
The side kick gets him inside. The side kick gets him inside. So once he uses the side kick, it sets him up for that backhand.
Yeah,
it puts him in range.
Yeah, exactly.
The other question I've got is whether Burns, although he's applying the physical pressure, is actually scoring enough.
I don't think he cares about the score.
Well, exactly.
Oh, this is from MMA. Good, very good.
Taking the leg, put him in the ground.
Okay.
But again, Killian, you know, it's effective in getting the other guy on the deck, but how effective is it in scoring points here, in this format?
I don't know how many points he did when you saw the guys down.
I think it's 3. I think it's the highest scoring.
How much was the kick in the head?
Height is still the same.
Okay, yeah.
And look, there you go, that side kick, what gets him in range for that backhand, and that's what happens there. And you see Burns overpower him on the ground, but how much energy is that zapping from Burns to be able to do that? Oh, what a punch.
Yeah, the punch was amazing.
Connection.
Well, we're about to find out, aren't we?
He recovered very good. Very good after the backhand.
Brother has come down to get a very close quarter view at the Oval. It's a fantastic climax to the night here at the Indigo in the O2 Arena complex.
Oh, what a chop.
Here comes Brooks.
When Luke Burns change of guard, he wants to use his right hand in first. So we need Matt Brooks need to focus on it.
Might need a moment to get the shin guards straightened up here. But this is very smart for me from Brooks. He's dictating the tempo.
And the right end.
He's now sniffing his opportunity, Brooks. He's applying a lot of pressure. He's setting up a lot more, and actually his confidence has now grown where he's letting it go so much more.
It's smart work, isn't it? But again,
oh, what a clinical side step.
Now
twist.
Matt Brooks needs to play. He needs to move inside, outside, step forward, step backward.
That's what he's doing, Killian.
He's finding his rhythm now. In, out, and he's back.
So Burns has spent a lot of time in this round not scoring, not throwing.
Is that fatigue? Is that
He's looking for the right end. Luke Burns is looking for the right end.
He's rather leaning into it, Killian, rather than standing and delivering it.
at this moment in time, Burns is just throwing. You know, he needs to set up his punches before he throws. He can't just run in. You know, if Brooks is ready, he's waiting to capitalize.
And again, when Brooks goes down there, he looks to me like a young man who thinks, I've got control of this situation now.
And he's comfortable to stay in that second round. There's 10 more seconds to go, and I'm sure Brooks is going to see out this fight. You know,
the right hand can
Burns
be
is saying
very dangerous.
But he needs to come forward. He needs to find a knockout.
He needed a knockout, surely, Luke Burns. And it didn't look like there was one in there.
And respect from both of the boys. You know, there might have been something before, but you know.
What did he say there, do you think? What do you think he said?
I think Killian read
What do you think, Killian?
Respect, of course, but I think you can feel the tension. You can feel the tension. A lot of respect for always that we love this, but I think there is a little bit of tension.
Not for the first time tonight, I will say. There was probably enough in that, given yesterday and then today, for another rematch in total combat between these two.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not sure Matt Brooks feels about the return like that. It looks like he has got his nose in front.
What do you think, Jordan?
It's definitely going to Brooks.
Yeah, we agree.
Wow! How was that for you? Amazing action! This is total combat! And the decision is in! Your winner is in the rest of the oval, Matt Brooks!
Oh, Luke Burns look a little bit surprised.
Yeah, but I think when he watches his fight back, I actually think he will see
the mistakes, the key points.
Correct. I think in this fight, I think Brooks came in more composed. He came more about the job, and he was more precise. He wasn't worried about the audience, the show. He was worried about getting the job done.
You gotta give him respect. Make some noise for him.
It's a bit of a kind of retread of Paddy the baddie of Liverpool, isn't it? Luke Burns is the baddie, I'm afraid, and he hasn't helped himself win friends. I think many admire his fighting spirit, etc. But what a family double for the Brooks family here tonight. Here's some of the key action again.
And look at that, the stab to get inside, to follow up on them punches. You know, that is clinical kickboxing. And here, Burns is using his energy here on the ground to overstrength, but you know, like I say, he didn't set up his punches. He was just going in wild, wanting a scrap, and Brooks went back to his foundation. He went back to kickboxing, and he, you know, put on a show.
Yeah, Luke Burns was here to finish the fight, and he was only focused on finishing the fight and not scoring points, not putting some strategy, not composing their attacks. So that's why I think he lost the fight clearly.
By going back to your fundamentals, that is how you put on the show, and that's how you finish.
Yeah, when you are in trouble, fundamentals is the best way ever.
With Bianca.
Okay, so congratulations on the main event. You won. It was a dominating win for yourself. How do you feel? Tell me your thoughts.
It's a great feeling, especially with all the support that's come down from Croydon and all over the map. Big thank you to all of you guys. Big thank you to my coaches, my dad, my brother, Dylan, my mum, and all my fighting partners at Phoenix. And also a big thank you to Lee, Andy, Damon, and all you guys at Total Combat, because what an event.
What an event it was, and you have a lot of mixed styles, and you are back from kickboxing. Today you fought an MMA fighter. Can you tell me, what did it feel like with the new ground rules? What did you feel of it all?
It's definitely different. Not used to expecting someone to try and take you down, but I feel like I dealt with it pretty well. Tried my best to stop it, especially in that second round. I think he's a good fighter, but I just want to say to Luke Burns, welcome to London, baby!
Speaking of London, all the crowd here supporting you, making the noise electric. Do you buzz off this vibe?
Definitely, but it's just, the crowd is not just the people from London. It's all the wacko kickboxers out there. Big thank you to you, La. Get up!
And tonight, like you said before, family business. Both of you both won, got the win under your belt. Are we looking to see the Brook brothers soon again?
The Brooks brothers are just getting started. We're going to take over.
Well, congratulations, and we're going to head over now to Gage for Fight of the Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Total Kombat, who is your fight of the night? Shout out, who's your fight of the night? I can't hear you. And the decision is in. The fight of the night at Total Kombat was Joshua Angel-Boyt versus Adjadj. Please make some noise. Joshua Angel-Boyt from Respect Martial Arts and Adjadj from AKA Karate. Kickboxing versus karate. Have we ain't got any kickboxing supporters in the place? Do we have any karate cars in the place? Can I please get a ki?
Okay, Gurjit, thank you very much indeed for all your efforts in the Oval for us here tonight. Angel-Boyt in the fight of the night. I'll come to you, Killian, and ask you if you agree with that, or if you got something else to tell us. Fight of the night.
I totally agree with this fight. I was thinking about the fight from the beginning, because it was 100% intensity, many different skills, many different techniques. It was very good. What about you, Jordan?
Do you know what? For me, I'm going to be quite controversial, right? For me, Joe Brooks is a stunning fighter. What he put in the Oval there today is actually what I wanted to see from a fighter. He came, he hit, he took it away, and he executed. And I'm so excited to see that boy's journey.
As we're doing this, wrapping up the show, guys, can everybody see what a good natural DJ I am? I'm playing all these faders because the noise is amazing in the arena. People have had such a great time here tonight. What is your big takeaway? You set it up so great for us at the start of the night tonight. What is your big takeaway from the experience of being here with us? And we've loved your company, incidentally, coming over from France.
First of all, I want to thank Total Kombat organization to give me this experience, this opportunity to do this. It was the first time for me, and it was the first time in English, so I hope my English wasn't so bad for people.
We always end up being very jealous of people like you, because you know what you're doing. Your English was absolutely incredible, and your insight, the number of times tonight that you called the action just before it actually happened in the ring, that was really something else, a real lesson for somebody like me. And it was a joy to meet you, Jordan, and work with you in the build-up to this. Do you think the karate guys came out as a group on top, or what?
Not this time. I think there's so much more to show, and I know the promoters have been asking me to step into the Oval. So
that's an interesting final note. What's going on there?
Yeah. There's a conversation. It's a conversation.
You're interested now, aren't you?
I'm interested, especially what I've seen tonight.
It's got your juices flowing again, hasn't it?
It has. And yeah, I have been training, and you know, you saw Mo execute his stuff in there today, and I've been speaking to him about me going down to train with him. So who knows? Instead of me being in this side next time, I might be in the Oval.
Well, you can do both.
I can do both.
What weight would you go into? What weight category?
You know, at the moment I'm sitting about 72 kilos, so they'll probably ask me to cut to about 69. So, you know, I don't mind, to be honest with you. So, you know, if it comes up, if it doesn't, you know, it doesn't. But, you know, I am still got that fighting energy in me.
And what about the format? Have we learned any lessons tonight? I mean, the excitement level was
100%. You know, you can't leave your legs up for too long. You know, you've got to get your feet down as quick as possible. Also, your distance awareness. You know, you got the different styles, so you have to be able to prevent. You have to be able to prevent a clinch. You have to be able to control yourself in the clinch, and also be able to hand yourself on the ground. And I love the way you use the Oval. You know, we see a few people now getting used to the Oval and using the sides. You know, so for me, it's about keeping agile, keeping aware, distance, and being sharp.
Listen, I've loved the whole experience. I'm very, very grateful to the Total Combat people behind it, behind the vision, for the invite to be involved in it. So my personal thanks. I think on behalf of the organisers, they'd love to get any and all feedback on social media. They know they're at the start of a journey. They've sold a whole load of tickets here tonight at the Indigo, and it's only going to be the start of a really great product. I really believe that. The excitement level was literally through the roof here at the O2, but let them know what you think about what you saw, folks. I've enjoyed every second of it. We're going to be back on Saturday the 13th of September. Thank you everybody for watching on the Total Combat YouTube channel. This was Total Combat.